Welcome into Hot Springs and Majestic Park. You are in for a treat. It is day one of the high school baseball and softball championships right here on Arkansas TV Sports. I'm Wes Moore, joined by Kevin Bohannon, and today it's Palestine Wheatley and Woodlawn for the 2A title to kick us off.
Yeah, Wes, these two teams played each other in 2023. They made it back to the state championship this year. Woodlawn has been to the last 8 of the 9 2A state championship games. For Palestine Wheatley, it's their second state championship game.
It's like I said, it's going to be a packed weekend. This is just day one, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We have games coming up on Arkansas TV Sports. We got baseball, we have softball. Harmony Grove, Ashdown will be the next baseball game. That is the 3A finals. We got Brooklyn and Pulaski Academy tomorrow at 1. Here's your schedule for the rest of the day. We have softball, 2A, Tuckerman and Woodlawn, then 3A baseball this afternoon, Haskell, Harmony Grove, Ashdown, and then we finish with softball tonight, DeWitt and Harding Academy. Let's take a look at Palestine Wheatley. Kevin, who do we need to know? What players should we watch?
Yeah, senior Andrew Nolton hit .428 this year, 3 home runs, 43 RBIs, but it is what he did on the mound, Wes. He's got 141 strikeouts, only 33 walks. He has 354 strikeouts in his career.
Pretty good player, huh?
Not bad, not bad.
That's a good one to keep an eye on. What's the key for for Palestine Wheatley to beat Woodlawn?
You know, the biggest thing for them is they keep playing with a chip on their shoulder. They're coming out, they're playing really well towards the end of the season. They tied for the conference championship, got the 4 seed, and had a good road to Hot Springs.
Let's get to know the Woodlawn Bears. They've been here a lot. This is nothing new for them. Who's your player to watch?
Yeah, Tyner Burris is the only college commit on this roster. He's going to ASU Malvern after this season. Been a very good senior leader for Tommy Richardson's squad this season. They missed the state championship last year, but they're back to win it again in 26.
All right, what do you think is key to the game for Woodlawn to win this thing?
You know, they started out the season kind of slow, Wes, so they've been playing really well of late. Play good, sound, fundamental baseball. Keep Palestine Wheatley off the base paths, shut down the running game. They'll be good to go.
Well, it is good weather right now.
Right now.
We're all watching the forecast, the radar, the future radar, hoping to not have any delays this weekend. But right now, it is beautiful in Hot Springs, perfect baseball weather. And we're just about ready to get started. This is going to be a great way to start. I mean, you think about it, this is a great storyline no matter who wins this game.
Absolutely. A rematch of 23, and you got both towns have flocked here to Hot Springs. The stands are packed. Great atmosphere for high school baseball.
First pitch coming your way. You are watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas TV Sports.
This broadcast is underwritten in part by...
Since 1937, the electric cooperatives of Arkansas have been providing power to homes, farms, and businesses across our state. The cooperatives are member-owned and work together to serve Arkansans. The electric cooperatives of Arkansas proudly support high school students and athletics in Arkansas, and hope you enjoy watching the state championship games on Arkansas TV Sports. Better connected together, the electric cooperatives of Arkansas. UAMS is a proud supporter of Arkansas TD Sports. UAMS Health provides orthopedic and sports medicine care across Arkansas, supporting athletes and teams throughout the state. Find out more at uamshealth.com.
Centennial Bank supports communities across Arkansas and is a proud supporter of the Arkansas Activities Association and Arkansas TV Sports, providing financial services since 1999. Member FDIC. More at my100bank.com.
Everett Buick GMC provides vehicles to Arkansans and supports local organizations. Community involvement has been part of our story for generations. Proud to support the Arkansas Activities Association and Arkansas TV Sports. More at everettbgmc.com.
I like your We are almost ready for the first pitch. It is the 2A state championship game between Palestine Wheatley and Woodlawn. Good look at our starting pitcher for Woodlawn, Logan Clark. You've been telling us about Logan Clark. What are we going to see from him?
Yeah, tall, slender righty. He's going to work a fastball slider combination, work down in the zone. Really good strikeout to walk ratio this season if he can get ahead of hitters.
That's the key. You don't want to have any walks. You don't want to have free passes in a game like this. Right away, first pitch, fouled off. Get ahead of the count. That's always good for that pitch. Strike one's the best pitch in baseball.
That's right. It is the best pitch in baseball. And you can see right there, Maddox Hoggett, the leadoff center fielder for Palestine Wheatley. Kevin Whitson wants to see how Woodlawn adjusts to the bunt right there.
You know, one of the things I noticed in both lineups, not a whole lot of seniors. These teams are set for the future.
Yeah, each team only has 3 seniors, Wes, so they're set up for a lot of success in the future.
Pitch number 2, a little check swing, goes around and quickly ahead of the count, 0-2.
Yeah, you saw that really good breaking ball by Clark right there. He will throw that pitch at any count.
Hoggett, the leadoff hitter, I had him for a .415 average this season. Have to rely on some of the stats that the coaches give us, but man, that's a great leadoff hitter. Right back up the mound, easy toss to first base, and Logan Clark doing what he needs to do as a pitcher and fielding his position, knocks it down and gets the easy first out.
Yeah, you talk about PFPs, pitcher fielding practice. It's always a key in a game. You see it in the college and professional game, Wes. It's always good to field your position.
Cooper up next for Palestine Wheatley. He is a sophomore also. Big first baseman. Powerful stance right there.
Really good-looking kid, and he's only a sophomore, Wes. You see his power generates it from the bottom, but he has a really good flat swing, keeps the barrel in the zone a long time.
I was watching him during pregame. He fields his position well, too, at first base. I was impressed with him.
He really does. Very athletic.
Strike there evens the count.
And for our fans out there, we do not have the ABS system up here in Hot Springs, so yeah, it'll be up to Brian Croson behind the plate calling the balls and strikes.
That's in the future,
That's
though.
in the future.
I mean, it's going to go we're seeing it at the SEC tournament. We're going to see it in college baseball in the next year or two. Dave Van Horn talked about it, strike 2. He said it's coming. We know it's coming to college baseball, so that just means there's going to be a trickle down. There will be a day that we'll have ABS at high school baseball, just like the trickle down with replay. We have instant challenges starting in the 7th inning, and it's a 2-year project. There's a swinging strike 3. Clark.
Yeah, you see,
off to a good start.
Yeah, see him right there. He's mixing his pitches very well. Starts them out with the fastball, then goes to the breaking ball and finishes them off with the fastball. He'll have to change up that cadence going through the lineup the second time.
Brody Parker up next for Palestine Wheatley, senior, hitting .377 on the season. What are your thoughts on the ABS? You like it? I mean, you've been behind the plate as a home plate umpire.
Yeah, I do. And it helps, especially in Major League Baseball. They have a ball one right there to Parker, but they do have a 2-way system in Major League Baseball to where they're talking to the umpire and giving him real-time updates on how his zone looks, which is really good for the umpire in game.
Do we know if they're doing that at the SEC tournament?
Yeah, they're not doing it there, Wes. They want to make sure and break it in slowly.
Ooh. A little inside, and Parker gets out of the way. First time we've seen Clark fall behind in the count, 2-0.
Yeah, like you said, the best pitch in baseball is a first pitch strike, and he's gotten ahead of both hitters so far.
Woodlawn's been here a lot, but still, the juices have to be flowing for Clark on the mound.
Yeah, and you talk about both of these teams are fairly young with 3 seniors. The last time Woodlawn was here was 2024. Of course, they missed this championship game last year. They lost that game to Ouachita 2 years ago. So it's been 3 years since Woodlawn's won a state championship. That's a long time for them.
Haven't really talked about the dimensions here at Majestic Park. 325 down the left field line. That one's going to get out of play. 325 down the corners both way. 400 to the dead center field. What do you think about the dimensions here?
I think it sets up as a good high school field. A lot of these high school fields they're not as deep in center field, and they got the little wall out there. So you're able to host college baseball here. It's a great setup for, no matter what division it is.
Clark with the 2-2 pitch. Going to be a little ground ball over to Burris. Throws it over to first. 3 up, 3 down for Clark. Next up, Woodlawn at the bat. You are watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas TV Sports.
Hi, I'm Carlton Wing, Executive Director and CEO of Arkansas TV. For nearly 60 years, Arkansas's only statewide public television network has been part of your home, informing, inspiring, and strengthening communities across our state. That commitment hasn't changed. What continues to guide us is a simple promise: to tell Arkansas stories with care and integrity. We are renewing our focus on local storytelling, highlighting the people, places, culture, and history that make Arkansas special. But we can only fulfill this mission with your partnership. If you already support Arkansas TV, thank you. If you are able, we hope you'll consider making a gift today. Your contribution is an investment in education, in local storytelling, and in everything that makes public television an essential resource for Arkansans. We're committed to serving Arkansas today and for generations to come. Thank you for being part of the Arkansas TV family.
No score, bottom of the first between Woodlawn and Palestine Wheatley. I'm Wes Moore, joined by Kevin Bohannon at this 2A Baseball State Championship game. Good look at Palestine Wheatley starting pitcher Andrew Nolton. Cabo, what are we going to see out of Nolton?
Yeah, he is their horse. His fastball velocity is going to be up a little bit. He'll work in the 85 to 87 range. Has a really good tight slider. Will throw that changeup as well. This is 17th start this season, 20th game out of 33 that they've played this season with. So if they're going to win or lose this game, it's going to go through Nolton.
Knowlton, a senior, a lot of experience. He's been there, done that. See if he can get off to a good start against Woodlawn. Parker Arnold, the leadoff hitter for Woodlawn, the junior. Catcher. How many times do you see a catcher hitting leadoff?
Not too many times, Wes. Usually those catchers, they're kind of lead foot behind the plate.
Well, we are seeing more athletic catchers across college
Helfrich,
baseball, and here we're seeing it. Nice breaking ball, a little bit high. But that off-speed pitch had him fooled. You can see Arnold kind of hesitate there a little bit.
Yeah, there's a really good variance between his fastball and off-speed pitch.
Quickly jumped ahead in the count with the strike one, but follows it up with a couple of balls.
Yeah, Nolton started out at Cross County West, so this is the first state championship game for him.
Fires in a strike two. Sure, nerves are a little bit of a factor right now. He'll get settled in. That is a nice pitch. You want to talk about settling in. A little curve right there. Was that some curveball action?
It looked like a little two-seam action. It had a little run in on it right over the inside corner right there. Home plate umpire Brian Cosen gets the backwards K right there. Parker Arnold goes down on strikes. Nolton with his 142nd strikeout of the year.
Hollis Holderfield up next for Woodlawn, the junior. Plays third base. Another strike from Nolton.
You got two pitchers right now that are in a very good rhythm, Wes. You love to see it early on.
Comes off speed with that one.
He'll drop down a little bit right there. I saw, when he goes to that breaking ball, it's kind of a sweeper, so to speak. He drops down low three-quarter right there.
And then you see a difference right there. That no three-quarter there, and that was the fastball. At some point, does Woodlawn start picking up on that just with the arm angle?
Yeah, that's one of the things that Tommy Richardson, he teaches the game within the game. All these kids have very good high baseball IQ.
Little bit low.
Yeah, just down right there.
First three-ball count of the game.
Yeah, you got to see, they want to see as many pitches early on as they can from Nolton.
Came in with a strike. Yeah, the Holderfield thought that was ball four. That caught the inside corner.
Yeah, and you can see Holderfield, he's he'll apologize. That's one of the things they don't like, showing up the umpires. Both these teams are very well coached, very well disciplined. He just thought it was a little inside right there.
Too close to take, fouls it off. Does a good job of spoiling that. Might have caught the top of the zone. May have been ball 4, but too close.
Yeah, you see right there, Holderfield was asking home plate umpire Brian Croson right there, would that have been a strike or was that ball 4?
Gets that off the end of the bat, right down to first base, and Cooper takes care of it himself.
Yeah, you talk about Palestine Wheatley West. They've only given up 1 run in the state championship games. That was their first game of the state tournament against Hackett. They won that game 4-1. In West, they walked in that run. So they've shut down everybody.
Ethan Saylor up next for Woodlawn. He is the designated hitter, a sophomore, hitting in the 3 spot. A breaking ball there. I'm starting to pick up on it, Kevin. You can just see with that arm angle, a little different arm angle, and it's the off-speed pitch. So I wonder when Woodlawn starts picking up. And sometimes it's so good, even if you know what's coming, you still can't hit it.
Yeah, because there's such a, like I said earlier, there's such a variance in that fastball and slider. It doesn't matter. It's, you got microseconds before you can pick the ball up.
Clark had a 1-2-3 inning earlier. Now we'll see if Nolton can do the same for Palestine Wheatley.
Tell you what, Wes, Nolton has a lot of run on that fastball right there. He has more than just about anybody I've seen in high school this season.
Nolton with the off-speed pitch gets him swinging. 1-2-3. It's only 1 inning, but we have a pitcher's duel so far. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas TV Sports.
Since 1937, the electric cooperatives of Arkansas have been providing power to homes, farms, and businesses across our state. The cooperatives are member-owned and work together to serve Arkansans. The electric cooperatives of Arkansas proudly support high school students and athletics in Arkansas, and hope you enjoy watching the state championship games on Arkansas TV Sports. Better connected together, the electric cooperatives of Arkansas.
Join the ranks of corporate sponsors and business partners at Arkansas TV. Your support will shine a light on your business with recognition on air and at major community events. Plus, our viewers love the businesses that underwrite their favorite programs. Showcase your company while making a meaningful impact on lifelong learning. Partner with Arkansas TV to build a brighter future for our state.
Welcome back to Majestic Park in Hot Springs. It's the 2A state championship game between Palestine Wheatley and Woodlawn. 3 up, 3 down for both sides. As we head to the second inning, I'm Wes Moore. He's Kevin Bohannon. Now we get the pitcher versus pitcher matchup to start off this inning.
Yeah, it's always good to see these pitchers come up, and you'll see it in high school baseball. A lot of these pitchers, they're the best athlete on the team. They're likely going to be hitting. You get to the higher classifications, 5A, 6A, sometimes they might not be in the lineup.
A lot of times the shortstop or the pitcher's the best athlete on the field. So far in this game, it's the pitchers have been the story with 3 up, 3 down. Got already 3 strikeouts in this game, so it seems like both pitchers have a good feel for the game early on.
Yeah, very comfortable pitching off turf. These young men have done it before.
Clark Nolton, and Clark challenges Nolton with the first pitch fastball.
Yeah, you've seen Clark so far. He's done the same cadence with his pitches so far. Let's see if he changes it up the second inning here.
Nolton, a senior, hitting .429 this season.
Yeah, led the team in RBIs with 43 and had 3 home runs.
Off-speed pitch, and he was ready for it and knocks it into the hole. First hit of the game.
Yeah, Nolton was sitting on the off-speed right there, got the barrel to the ball, got it through the 6-hole right there. We got our first base runner of the game, first hit of Weekend of Champions here in Hot Springs.
The first of many.
Yep.
Brett Medford up next, third baseman, senior. Good average, .442 on the season.
Hey, talk about one of the 3 seniors. They're hitting 3, 4, and 5 in this Palestine Wheatley lineup. You got the heart of the order at senior leadership.
Pitching from the stretch for the first time today. Medford was looking to play a little small ball and move Nolton over to second base.
Yeah, do a little opportunistic baseball. We saw the leadoff hitter right there, Maddox Hogg, had squared a bunt, but that just kind of to see what would happen. Wes, I'm always interested to see how the pitcher handles traffic on the bases. How quick is Logan Clark to the plate? Looks like he has a little slide step right there, so it may shut down the Palestine Wheatley running game.
Nolton not with a huge lead at first base. Already leaning back to first. In fact, pretty much all he had to do was fall down and touch the base. He's a nice sized young man.
Yeah, he is about 6'2". One of the things in high school baseball, you can courtesy run for your pitcher and catcher, but if he's one of your best athletes on the team, you're going to let him run.
Nolton with about the same lead at first base, not large at all. Here comes the bunt attempt. That was just missed it.
Yeah, and you can see right there, he did pull back, but he did initially offer, and that's what the home plate umpire is looking for. Did you offer at it? Wes, you can actually leave the bat out there, but if you don't offer at it, it will be a ball, but you see right there, Medford clearly offered at it.
Now Medford will try to get Nolton over to second base into scoring position. Tell you what, Nolton took off running and stopped. He didn't like his jump. He took about 3 steps and stopped.
Yeah, we'll see if Clark changes up his look right there. I'm sitting up here and I'm timing him in my head. We used to do a system called UCLA, and that's how we taught our runners to run. So they had a clear count on it. So if he's a C, L, or A, that's what Nolton's timing up right there. Let's see if he changes the look.
Base hit into center field, just dumps it over the second baseman's head right in front of the center fielder. Palestine Wheatley got a little something going in the second inning.
Yeah, the breaking ball caught too much of the plate right there. You can see Clark was staying on the outside all at bat to Medford, and Medford got just enough on it to dunk it into center field right there. Nolton gets to second base easily.
Next up for Palestine Wheatley is Slade Parker. Catcher hitting .337, sophomore.
Yeah, we'll see where the third baseman for Woodlawn plays right there. Looks like he's playing about even with the bag. Wouldn't surprise me right here if Woodson puts a bunt, maybe a double steal right here. This is when you get really opportunistic in the running game with your 6-hole hitter.
Parker already showing bunt. You can see the frustration with Parker after he fouled that one off.
Yeah, he knows it. You know, you teach your kids when you're up there to bunt, if it's below your knees, let it go, and if it's above the bat, let it go. You want to put that bat at the top of the strike zone. That way you know the top end of your zone right there. He knows he let that one go a little bit. Plus he dropped the bat head. Could have been a pop fly.
When I was always bunting, I tried to relax, and it's hard to relax in the, throw gets away. But the runners will not be able to advance.
Second baseman did a great job right there. I saw it in a Major League Baseball game the other day. The throw was into left field, and the third baseman held the tag there and kept the runner from going home right there. So it kind of deked him a little bit, it seems.
What I was saying, I always tried to relax when I was bunting. It is hard to relax right now in the state championship. You know, this is your first at bat, key moment in the game. You got to somehow get yourself to settle down. He did. That's a nice bunt. Take a good play, and throw gets away. Run's going to come home. Here comes Nolton, first run of the game, thanks to an error. Not sure who will give it on the first baseman for not catching it. Throw was a little wide. It's going to be an error on Clark. Throw was just a little wide for the first baseman. Couldn't get out there to catch it. And Palestine Wheatley on the board.
Yeah, you can tell right now they've got a lot of momentum going. Coach Kevin Whitson over there in the third base coaching box, giving the signs. Palestine Wheatley, first and third situation. This is always a fun time during a ball game, Wes. You got first and third offense versus first and third defense. Will they throw through? Will they cut? Let's see what happens right here. It's one of my favorite instances during a game early on to see how they're going to respond.
And it helps, too, that you've already gotten the lead, so you can be a little aggressive. Of course, you don't want to run yourself out of a potentially big inning. Palestine Wheatley now has Wilson Reeves at the plate, second baseman. He is a sophomore. Him leading the team with 3 home runs. He's showing bunt. Ball gets away. Going to have a play at the plate. Throw in. He's safe. Palestine Wheatley taking advantage of some miscues by Woodlawn.
Yeah, you see right there, Medford got a great jump there at third base. Now, as far as the depth right here behind the plate, it bounced right back to the catcher right there, but he wasn't able to get it. Maybe if he would have dove at the plate, he might have could have got him. But Logan Clark was a tad late, Wes, getting there to make the tag.
And I thought the catcher also took a couple steps towards, like in his mind, he's like, maybe I can beat the runner there. And then he threw it. Maybe if he catches it, turns around, gets it, and throws it right away, they have a better chance.
Yeah, and one thing with Logan Clark right now, he gave up a couple hits. He made the error. The thing going through his mind, I was a little late getting to the plate right there, so you got to flush it. They're down 2, but look, no outs. They got to find an out right here.
Yeah, he's frustrated with himself. Yeah. He's thinking about that throw to first base. Should have gotten the out there. He's thinking about the wild pitch that allows another run. It's a great mound visit to settle him down.
Yeah, he gave up a 2-strike hit to Medford right there. We talk about whether it be high school, college, professional baseball, 2-strike hits are critical in the game when you're trying to score runs. So Clark just has to get back within himself right there. That's what Tommy Richardson came out and told him, look, it's still early. Let's find an out right here.
What if they take off the bunt with Reeves now with the runner at second? Or you want to go ahead and try to get him over to third and then maybe a sacrifice fly? You are getting towards the bottom of your lineup, though.
Yeah, maybe get him over to where you get a sacrifice fly, see how their bat-to-ball skills are right here.
1-0 count. Well, that answers that question.
Yep.
I told you he had 3 home runs. He was looking for a 4th.
Really good swing right there from Reeves.
Clark trying to limit the damage to 2 runs. High chopper to third. Runner will stay at second. Looked him back. Good job there. Like everything that Holderfield did right there. Textbook.
Yeah, it was. He stayed down. He followed the throw. That's the thing. That throw from third base is so long. You don't want to short yourself. Throw it and follow. That's why we always tell these young kids, throw and follow, throw and follow. Great job right there.
Tyler Colvin up next for Palestine Wheatley, designated hitter, freshman. Oh, right back to Clark. I was about to say he saved a run, but they were playing it right up the middle, and maybe the second baseman's there, but great reaction from Clark.
Tell you what, freshman was not afraid to swing first pitch, Wes.
That'll make Clark feel a little better about some of the mistakes. He made a good play there.
Yeah, 2 quick outs. The first 3 runners of the inning reached base. First 2 scored. Now if he can get the one right here, you don't have to see the top of the lineup come back around.
We've seen one Medford. Here's another Medford. Barrett Medford. His brother Brant was hitting in the 5 spot and scored a little earlier.
Yeah, got 2 sets of brothers on this team. Got Slade and Brody Parker, and then Barrett and Brent Medford.
And we got a family connection with the officials also.
That's right. Got Brian Colson behind the plate. This is his second state finals appearance, and then his son Trey is at first base, his first state finals appearance, and then Slade Slayton at third. He's our U3 today out there. If you hear the name Slayton, you're very familiar. Kyle Slayton was the state championship coach for Nashville. They won 3 straight from 17 to 19.
Going to have a pinch runner here. Checking with the
catcher Slade Parker is going to come out real quick and get what number that is. Number 4.
That is Briar Lacefield, another freshman. Great experience for these guys, right?
Yeah.
I don't care if it's just as a pinch runner. You get into a state championship game, and that's going to pay off later on in his career.
No doubt. Medford gets ahead 2-0 right there. Clark just to make small adjustments to get back. He's got a little gun shy right now, Wes. Coming back over the plate, they know Palestine Wheatley's been very aggressive in the zone early.
Medford trying to turn the lineup over and get back to the top of the lineup with Hoggett.
That 3-0 count, you can almost believe it's going to be an auto take situation right here. Got a runner on second, top of the lineup coming back around.
Maybe a 2-take situation.
That's exactly right.
Comes right across. Medford's like, man, I wish I could have swung at that. That was perfect.
Yeah, now I got to do it again.
Medford is hitting .351, so they do have some confidence with him at the bottom of the lineup.
Yeah, they want that 9-hole to be your second leadoff.
He let him swing away, and he fouls it off, so we got a full count here. 2 outs, second inning. 2s are wild. Palestine Wheatley already put up 2 here in the second.
Great job by Clark West to keep his composure after the first 3 hitters of the inning. He has bounced back very well right here.
Great mound visit.
Yeah.
Did settle him down. 1 pitch away from getting out of this mess and limiting Palestine Wheatley to 2 runs.
Yeah, you can see Clark right there checking his wristband. A lot of these high school teams right now, they use the band system, keep teams from stealing signals.
Clark with the full count pitch. Got him. So Clark limits the damage. Palestine Wheatley gets 2, though. They take a 2-0 lead. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas TV Sports.
Want to see more Arkansas stories? Subscribe to Arkansas TV on YouTube for original productions, extras from your favorite local programs, behind-the-scenes videos, and our exclusive coverage of high school sports, all available on demand. Don't miss out on more great Arkansas stories. Scan the QR code to subscribe now.
Everett Buick GMC provides vehicles to Arkansans and supports local organizations. Community involvement has been part of our story for generations. Proud to support the Arkansas Activities Association and Arkansas TV Sports. More at everettbgmc.com.
Back at Majestic Park, Westmore, Kevin Bohannon, Palestine Wheatley with a 2-0 lead over Woodlawn. Nolton got it started. Now he's back out on the mound. Nolton with the leadoff single. Brand Medford with a little blooper. Had runners on first and second. And then the big play of the inning. Slade Parker laying down the bunt. The throw gets away. Error on Clark. And all of a sudden, the inning kind of blew up.
Yeah, Clark did a great job getting back in the game right there.
Well, real quick, that's a good play from the pitcher. And Nolton takes care of business. We had Clark, the pitcher, batting leadoff, just like we had the last inning with Nolton. Nolton was able to get on base, but Clark wasn't able to do the same.
Yeah, 1 pitch, 1 out right there. That's what you want from Nolton. Pitching with the lead, you love to come out and start throwing strikes. Fill up the zone. You got the lead, now pitch to contact.
Gavin Edmonds up next, the junior for Woodlawn.
Yeah, Gavin's older brother, Cale Edmonds, was a star at Woodlawn, won a couple state championships.
Let that one go, but it catches the top of the strike zone. Bears still looking for their first hit of the game. Nolton with a couple of punch outs in the first inning. With the fastball a little outside.
A little out, little up, but Nolton has been right around that strike zone all day. You can tell that he's thrown a few innings this year, Wes.
How much does it do for a pitcher when you get a couple of runs and that, now all of a sudden you're pitching with the lead?
Yeah, it's like, watching Kentucky and Arkansas last weekend when Tate McGuire got to go out there with a 10-run lead. You feel a lot more comfortable. You don't have that pressure on your shoulder. You get to go out there and just relax and pitch.
That was a good swinging strike at the top of the zone. Tate McGuire, that's 2 starts in a row. He gets a first inning lead.
Yeah, I was really surprised last night that they didn't let him go out there for a 4th, but they do have a 3rd starter now.
It's going to be a short fly ball into right field. Medford comes in and makes the catch. Medford had to get on his horse to catch that one. He's playing a little deeper than earlier. Had to come in a good 20 yards to make that catch.
Yeah, and anybody that's ever been, if you've been to Palestine Wheatley, their field is not near as big as what we have at Majestic Park. So these outfielders really have to get used to the big green ocean out there.
Ty Mote's up next for Woodlawn. First baseman lets breaking stuff go by. Too high. I'll tell you what, that floated in. If that would have been a little lower. Motes was ready for that fastball.
Well, it makes that fastball look like it's about 93, to be honest with you, Wes, because that frisbee little slider, that little slurve he throws right there, it speeds that fastball up for sure.
This is a case. Woodlawn, the batters have to go looking for one pitch. You got to decide. That one's going to hit him, but you got to decide. Do I want to look for his off-speed stuff and just sit on it, or am I sitting dead red waiting for that fastball?
Yeah, you got to think, because he has not thrown his breaking ball back-to-back pitches yet, so you got to think they're going to go up there, sit dead red, be good fastball hitters, and attack.
Tyner Burris up next. Second baseman is a senior. First base runner of the day for Woodlawn.
Yep, Burris is their one college commit on this roster right now, going to play college baseball next year at ASU Malvern.
Burris looking for a little two-out magic. Nolton, first pitch strike. Goes with the fastball. What a great crowd for the 2A state championship. Bleachers are full. We got chairs all down the right field line. Lawn chairs brought out. There's a solid base hit center field. It's Burris, that two-out magic that we were just talking about.
Yep, first hit of the game for Woodlawn right there. And talk about Burris going to ASU Three Rivers in Malvern next year. Sitting on that fastball, sit dead red, line it back up the middle.
Cash Hargis up next. Shortstop is a junior.
Yeah, talking to Coach Richardson before the game, Wes, he really likes his team. They only played 6 home games this year. They had 7 rained out or canceled.
Oh, wow. Just trying to catch them off guard, lay down the bunt.
Yeah, you don't see two-out bunts too often, but, these guys know how to handle the barrel, lay it down, see, make them feel the ball, make them feel the baseball.
The third baseman's playing deep. He's well past the bag and backing up some more, so now he takes a couple steps in. I'll just let that one go. I think the off-speed breaking ball curved back in at the last second, caught a piece of the plate. Now he finds himself in the 0-2 hole.
Yeah, that two-seam fastball just ran right back over the inner part right there. Interesting to see right here. Palestine Wheatley's covering with their shortstop right there, and that's why.
Hargis grounds out to the second baseman, Reeves. Reeves takes care of things, and two-out rally is extinguished. Palestine Wheatley maintains their 2-0 lead. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas TV Sports.
UAMS is a proud supporter of Arkansas TV Sports. UAMS Health provides orthopedic and sports medicine care across Arkansas, supporting athletes and teams throughout the state. Find out more at uamshealth.com.
For over 70 years, Farm Bureau Insurance has offered coverage for automobiles, homes, farms, and lives across Arkansas. Proud to support the Arkansas Activities Association. More at afbic.com.
And welcome back to the Arkansas TV 2A state championship game between Woodlawn and Palestine Wheatley. It's trivia time. Class 2A, Andrew Nolton entered today with 354 strikeouts in his career, which is 8th most in state history. Wes, who holds the record? Give you something to think about for the next inning.
Whew. I think it's Kelly Owens.
Kelly Owens was a really good pitcher back in the early 80s. Junction City, some really good ones. David Worstel from Little Rock Mills, David Walmsley from Batesville, Dustin Mosley from Texarkana, some good ones over the last 20 years. Think of Evan Lee from Bryant.
Got the top of the lineup up for Palestine Wheatley. The Hoggett, Cooper, and Parker. These three went down in order in the first inning. 1, 2, 3.
Let's see how Clark handles the lineup the second time through. We talked about, he was going fastball, slider, fastball, slider, fastball, slider. Let's see if he changes it up this time, and let's see if Hoggett right here may square the bunt again. I'll put the rosin bag behind the mound, make sure there's no instance where a hit could make contact with it.
Glad you caught that. I was trying to figure out what was going on. Hoggett, the center fielder, lays down a bunt. Catcher comes out, gets it, fires down to first base, and he pulls him off the bag. That is a infield hit. Hoggett was flying down the base path.
Yeah, Parker Arnold did a great job popping up from behind the plate. The throw just pulled the first baseman off right there. You see the speed that Hoggett has getting down the line. Did a great job laying down that bunt.
He'd been there anyway. That was a bang, bang play. There was a good look at the replay. Throw did beat him. Throw was just a little off.
Wes Hoggett can fly.
Yeah. Well, let's keep an eye on him at first base. He may be trying to get to second here pretty quick. That wasn't even a dive into first. That was almost a crawl. I think he lost his footing. His last couple of movements were on his knees. Hoggett with a decent lead. I wouldn't say it's large. Not going. Cooper up now again. Cooper struck out swinging his first plate appearance there in the first inning.
And the sophomore first baseman, really good build for a hitter right here. He's going to have a great career at Palestine Wheatley. Really like the way he's put together.
Clark fires over to first base. Hoggett back in.
And Wes, something to look out for right here. Woodlawn has not handled the bunt well so far, so until they show that they can field a bunt, don't be surprised if the Patriots just keep laying them down.
Cooper at the very front of the batter's box. Lays down the bunt. They're going to put your theory to work. Throw to first in time. Gets the job done. Cooper moves Hoggett over to second base. And Clark fielded his position well that time.
Yeah, really good bunt right there. You want to the first base side to see if you can pull the first baseman off. They wanted to see, they've laid it down the third base line. Now let's see what they do on the first base side and see if Clark can field that position. Now you got a runner in scoring position with your 3, 4, and 5 hitter up.
Brady Parker up next. Senior shortstop. Going to Rich Mountain.
Yep. UA Rich Mountain was started by Lance Spigner, who was the head coach at Horatio and then moved up to Rich Mountain, and now he's at UCA as an assistant coach under Nick Harlan.
Paying a lot of attention to Hoggett out there at second base.
Boy, just missed on that pitch right there. Great job by Parker Arnold right there. Give the umpire the best look available.
Brody Parker grounded out to second base in the first inning. Parker looking for an RBI here to extend the lead. Off-speed pitches outside. Job by Arnold scooping that up and keeping Hoggett at second.
Now, one thing that, looking at the defensive alignment right here, Palestine Wheatley was doing the same thing with the right-handed hitter up. They're having the shortstop hold him right here. Let's see if they change it up any. That leaves the left side wide open.
Throw back to second. He gets in safely. Well, earlier in the at-bat, they had both of them playing pretty close. The second baseman and the shortstop to keep an eye on Hoggett. But, you got to be thinking first inning, he grounded out to second, so you better keep the second baseman over there.
Now, that play sets up the flash play where you see the shortstop come in and then the second baseman flash over behind him.
Outside. Up in the count 3-0. Being very careful with Parker. First base is open, but I don't think they want more base runners right now. They want an out.
Yeah, especially when you got Andrew Nolton and Brent Medford behind him. Two guys that have gotten hits on the day.
Strike, 3-1 count. Now Parker will be ready to swing. Second at bat, he's seen all of his pitches.
Yeah, he's seen everything right now. And Palestine Wheatley's seeing the ball good. They're picking it up very well today.
Second inning in a row. Palestine Wheatley has runners in scoring position. That was that play you were just talking about, Cabo.
Yeah, there was the flash play right there. The shortstop will flash in behind, and then he'll bounce out. And usually what you want the runner to bounce with the shortstop, and then when the second baseman slides in, that's when you pick. It's a very good timing pick play.
Clark ready to deliver to Parker. Laid off that, and it caught the top of the zone. Runs the count full.
Very good breaking ball right there. Going 3-1 pitch. You know, we talked about Clark being able to go to that breaking ball at any time in the count. He did it right there on the 3-1.
What do you think Parker's thinking here? Is he fastball or slider again?
I'm doubling up. I'm going slider again. He's got a good feel for it right now.
He does. And hits it straight to the third baseman. Looks the runner back. Across the field. Good. Good play again by Holderfield over at third.
And looked him back. Shortstop did a really good job of bouncing back right there, going over to third base. You can see Cash Hargis, we talked about how athletic he was last time he was up to bat, but they've done a really good job right there. Now they can limit the damage if they can get Nolton right here.
Nolton had a single to start the inning in the second inning, and he scored a run. Nolton hit it in the hole between the third baseman and the shortstop, and there is a big hole right there right now. Maybe even bigger, holding that runner at second.
Yeah, Nolton was able to get Clark's slider that stayed up in the zone a little bit, and he hit it right through the 6-hole right there. Let's see if Clark challenges him right here with the fastball. You can see it right there did with the first pitch.
Runner on second. Palestine Wheatley looking to take a 3-run lead. What they're doing is putting a little pressure on Clark. He had a clean first inning, 1, 2, 3, and the second and third inning, they're making him work.
Yeah, and if you're looking at our broadcast today, these bats have gotten crazy, Wes. You know, you got the pencil bat, and that looks like a Nickelodeon bat. Bright yellow.
Strike two. Just looking for the slime. Where's the slime?
Yeah, see the green goo on there. Clark has just been pounding the outside of that zone. It's the difference between both pitchers. Nolton will work on the inside with that two-seam that he has. Clark works on the first base side of the rubber right there. He's going to pound that outside of the zone.
Nolton looking to give himself a larger lead when he goes back in the third. Fouls that one off.
Yeah, you talk about the game within the game. The last time he had him up 2 strikes, he went with the slider. Right there, he went with the fastball, and Nolton knew it. He was sitting on it. Really good job of fouling it off.
Hey, let's work down right here, 5.
Pitcher versus pitcher. Love that about high school.
Oh, yeah.
Baseball.
You'll see it a lot this weekend.
Runner off and running, trying to steal third. He does. Slides in without a tag. And once again, we see the speed of Hoggett.
Yeah.
Kick and fly.
Hoggett had Clark timed up very well right there. And now you got a 2-2 count. It was a breaking ball, too, so there was just about no chance for Parker Arnold to get him at third base.
Gets over there with 2 outs. Wild pitch, pass ball. They can steal a run.
Yeah, put the ball in play, make them field it.
2-2 count. Clark with Nolton at the plate. Nolton gets off the end of the bat, a little simple pop-up, and Clark will take care of it himself. No damage done by Palestine Wheatley. Woodlawn coming up, trying to tie things up or take the lead. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas TV Sports.
Want to see more Arkansas stories? Subscribe to Arkansas TV on YouTube for original productions, extras from your favorite local programs, behind-the-scenes videos, and our exclusive coverage of high school sports, all available on demand. Don't miss out on more great Arkansas stories. Scan the QR code to subscribe now.
Since 1937, the electric cooperatives of Arkansas have been providing power to homes, farms, and businesses across our state. The cooperatives are member-owned and work together to serve Arkansans. The electric cooperatives of Arkansas proudly support high school students and athletics in Arkansas, and hope you enjoy watching the state championship games on Arkansas TV Sports. Better connected together, the electric cooperatives of Arkansas.
Then welcome back to the 2A state championship game on Arkansas TV. Trivia time. The question was, Andrew Nolton entered the day with 354 strikeouts in his career, which is 8th most in state history. Who holds the record? The answer, Kelly Owens from Junction City. Good job, Wes. From 1979 to 1982, Owens struck out 680 batters over 4 years. Average of 170 per season.
Wow. I cannot take credit for it. I was just paying attention, and they accidentally popped it up on the screen. And I was like, eh? How about Kelly Owens?
There you go. Junction City's had a really good baseball tradition as well.
Yeah, great athletic department. That's Tyler French. French thought he was hit by the pitch. They're saying, no, son, come on back. Honestly, I did not have a good look. You know who had the best look?
Umpire.
Yeah. We'll go with him. But Nolton misses on his first 2 pitches, down to the count 2-0.
Yep. Woodlawn gets to flip the lineup over right here. Nolton hadn't had very much traffic so far. Let's see, they've only had 2 base runners. They had him last inning. He hit Ty Motes, and then Burris had a single up the middle.
Walks the leadoff hitter. That's not a good recipe.
No.
And certainly don't want to do that with a 2-run lead.
No, especially with the top of the lineup coming back over. I know we had that hit batter last inning, but that's the first walk we've had today, Wes. And, you know, we're in the bottom of the 3rd inning right here.
That's the first walk of the day?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, you're correct. I'm looking at my base runners. Had a hit pitch, a single for Woodlawn. Palestine Wheatley, a single. Had an error and another single. So, yeah, first walk of the day. How about that? That says a lot about the pitching that we have today.
Yeah, 5 straight balls right there by Nolton. Let's see if he can get in the zone here.
Parker Arnold up next.
Get you another step.
Arnold struck out looking to start the game.
Arnold, the junior catcher for Woodlawn.
Puts that one in play. Got a chance to turn. 6-4, not going to get the throw. Replace French over at first base.
Fielder's choice right there. Get the lead runner. Got it off the hands right there. Ground ball didn't get to the shortstop too quick right there. It was going to be tough to get the double play.
Hollis Holderfield up next, 3rd baseman. Already made a couple good plays in the field. He's trying to make a play at the plate and get Woodlawn on the board. Off-speed stuff. Catches the strike zone.
And Holderfield's part of that junior class that is really good for Woodlawn. Coach Richardson says he thinks that, you know, most of these guys have a chance to play collegiate baseball after their senior season.
Offensive timeout. Chance for us to take a good look at Tommy Richardson. Trying to win a 10th state title.
Yeah, the godfather of Arkansas baseball coaches, Coach Richardson. Been at Woodlawn, I think this is his 33rd year, if I'm not mistaken. Won 9 state championships.
Been there 14 times. Yeah. Can't win it if you don't get there. Off-speed stuff. Fools Holderfield.
You can see Nolton right there, doubled up on the breaking ball right there. We talked about it last inning, Wes. He hadn't gone back-to-back yet. That's the first time he has.
Looked like Holderfield was looking for the fastball. He got the fastball that time, fouled it off.
A little really quick slide step right there, and Woodlawn's going to pick up on that. You know, you got runners at first. Nolton is very quick to the plate. It's going to be tough for the Bears to get running on him.
What do you think the offensive timeout was about? What was he wanting to talk about?
Man, it looked like a miscommunication right there. He didn't have something on his wristband, so.
Ooh, had him leaning, got him at first. Good pickoff move by Nolton. Arnold was leaning and picked him off.
Great pick move right there. 0-2 count. You want to steal an out right there. Great job by Nolton. Nolton, and he dips down that sidearm. He picks off sidearm as well, so he dropped it down there. Great job right there at first base. Get the tag on him. Got him leaning.
He did. I happened to be looking. That one coming in buzzes the tower. Did not clip Holderfield, so no damage done. But yeah, anyway, Arnold was leaning, and with that first move, then he had to try to shuffle back quickly. Perfect throw too.
Yeah.
Good tag. Holderfield reaches out on the off-speed stuff, grounds it to third, long throw across, scoop, can't get it. Error will allow Holderfield to get to second base, sliding in safely. So a little two-out mistake by Palestine Wheatley, and Woodlawn will try to make him pay when Ethan Saylor comes to the plate.
Yeah, we talked about what Holderfield had done at third base for Woodlawn so far this game, follow his throw. That was a tough play by Brent Medford right there. It was to his backhand side, and he kind of short-stepped the throw, Wes, and that caused it to bounce over to first base. Got to gather yourself and make a good, strong throw.
Yeah, and Cooper was over there. He was kind of handcuffed with it because it wasn't close enough to.
The in-between hop, yeah.
That would have been a tough play. Saylor struck out in his first at bat. He fouls his first pitch off up over us.
And one thing Nolton's done, he's done a really good job of first pitch strikes. I don't have the stats with me, but more times than not, he's working ahead of hitters.
It's high. Saylor just barely turned that shoulder.
Yeah, you can see right there, the catcher going out to talk to Nolton right there. One thing I've noticed with Nolton, when he's out of the stretch, it's harder for him to get on top of that slider right there, and it's sailing up on him a little bit. It's a little bit tougher pitch to get out of the stretch, and especially when he has that slide step, he doesn't gain momentum going downhill.
Is this a case where you don't worry about that side step, just get that third out of the inning or get the next out of the inning?
Yeah, worry about the batter right here. Decent. He's not a speedster, Holderfield, at second base. So worry about the hitter, work ahead of him, and get the out.
Low one outside.
And if you get a walk right here, it wouldn't be surprising if Kevin Whitson comes out and settles the senior hurler down. Don't want Woodlawn to get on a roll right here.
Still lets that one go in. Strike two, full count.
May only be the third inning. This is a big point in the ball. It's a big pitch right here, Wes.
Palestine Wheatley trying to keep their momentum going.
Saylor getting an extra moment right here.
Shortstop playing right behind Holderfield. Gets a little running jump. Fouls that one off.
Saylor got going early right there. You rarely see a foul ball come back behind a right-handed hitter like that. It got off the end of his bat.
Got another full count pitch. 2 outs. High. Inning continues for Woodlawn. Logan Clark, their cleanup hitter. Time for a visit, you think, at the mound?
Yeah, we'll see if he comes out. Let his senior go.
Clark, a junior. Of course, the pitcher for Woodlawn. He's got a chance to help himself right here. He grounded back to the pitcher in his first at bat. High again. Seeing a theme here. Yeah. He's missing high.
Yeah. Take a little bit, gather yourself, make small adjustments.
Wild pitch. That one gets away. The runners will move up second, third. Now a base hit could tie this game.
Yeah, and you got a 2-0 count right here. Nolton's already had 2 walks this inning. Now he's starting to miss a little bit more. This is when usually Woodlawn takes advantage of his. That's what they've done in the past. Tommy Richardson's teams, they do a really good job of stepping on the team's throat, kicking them when they're down, and they find that spot and take advantage of it.
Clark just was trying to distract Nolton here. I mean, he's not looking to bunt with 2 outs.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing right there. Especially at the high school level, you can still kind of get away with that most of the time is, look, maybe play eye games with the pitcher.
Clark looking to hit now. And just rips that one past him.
Yeah, no playing around right now. Andrew Nolton attacking right there. 2 really good fastballs.
What's his best pitch right now?
Fastball.
Right,
yeah, up in the zone. Yep, climb the ladder.
He came with all speed and got him. Big pitch by Nolton. Gets out of the inning. No run scored. Leaves them on the base paths once again. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas TV Sports.
Hello, I'm Dr. Ken Warden, Commissioner of the Arkansas Division of Higher Education and a member of the Arkansas 250 Commission. As we approach America's 250th anniversary, communities across Arkansas are preparing to celebrate our shared history. We're working with local leaders to support meaningful, locally driven events that honor the people, places, and stories that shaped our state and nation. Visit america250.ade.arkansas.gov and join us as we connect with our nation's history, celebrate Arkansas's unique story, and contribute to the state's future success.
UAMS is a proud supporter of Arkansas TV Sports. UAMS Health provides orthopedic and sports medicine care across Arkansas, supporting athletes and teams throughout the state. Find out more at uamshealth.com.
Back in Majestic Park for the 2A state championship game. Palestine Wheatley leading Woodlawn 2-0 as we go to the 4th inning. I'm Wes Moore. He's Kevin Bohannon. And tell you what, Palestine Wheatley, last 2 innings, Andrew Nolton's done a great job of stranding bears on the base paths.
Yeah, you know, last inning he had a couple of walks, but he battled back. He got the cleanup here. Logan Clark fell behind a little bit, then battled back. 3 straight strikes. Great job by the senior pitcher right there.
Now Clark's got to erase that at bat and get back out on the mound and throw up a 0.
Yeah, got to have a short memory. It's just like a quarterback in football. Erase, you know, earlier on he had a throwing error, had a couple of walks, hit batter. Now he's got to groove in right here. Fresh start.
Medford, Parker, and Reeves up this inning for Palestine Wheatley. Colvin would love a chance to hit with somebody on base. Medford scored one of the 2 runs for Palestine Wheatley in the 2nd inning. Hit a little blooper over the second baseman's head. Palestine Wheatley had back-to-back hits to start that 2nd inning. That's where they made all their damage.
Yeah, got just enough of that breaking ball from Clark and looped it into center field. You see Clark right there, just missed to the arm side right there. That was a close one.
Let's see. Looks like Burns maybe playing a little bit deeper at second base. I remember what happened last time. Fouls that one off. Count is even at 1.
Yeah, good job by Clark right there. And both of these pitchers, Wes, they haven't thrown a lot of pitches this game. And, you know, they're allowed to go 110. That's their max. And both these guys have gone the distance this year. So you know they have the ability to go all 7 innings if needed.
Clark brings the 1-1 pitch. A little high.
Yeah, Medford, not the tallest strike zone up there, so Clark has to make adjustments down right here, and sometimes that's the toughest thing to do. It's easy to adjust up. It's tougher to adjust down.
Clark brings the fastball, and Medford grounds it over to short. Easy throw over to first. 1 up, 1 down.
That's what you like to see right there. Get the first out, Now you get to work with the bottom part of the lineup. Parker last time had that sharp hit back to Clark that he was able to field his position at. So Clark's going to remember that, see if he can stay away from that line drive swing.
Parker got on base after the error from Clark, but did not score. Advanced as far as second base, but was left stranded. Clark fires a first pitch fastball for the strike.
Yeah, my apologies. It was Colvin that lined it out last time. It was Parker laid down the bunt that got everybody going, got the things going back in the second inning.
That's right. Colvin hit it right back at Clark. Parker was bunting, trying to move the guys over. He did, but throw got away. And, right back to him. That's the second time we've seen Clark field his position.
Yeah, hard hit back to him. Tough for Parker right there. You see he's frustrated. He's like, man, I just got to get it past him. Great job right there by Clark.
Clark is still going to be kicking himself. He's filled his position so well, except for that one time when the throw got away a little bit, and that led to the inning.
That's right. Bunts can do that to you.
Wilson Reeves up and swings at the first pitch.
You see Clark looks a lot more comfortable right now. He is settled in very nice this inning.
It looks like his fastball's got a little bit more to it right now.
Yeah, it does. You can see it's got a little bit more run to it as well. Early in the game, it didn't have that arm side run. Now it's got that little, and we call it arm side run, it's got good horizontal movement. You can see it on your screen at home.
I need to start watching the TV a little bit more here in the booth. I'm watching the actual live play out there, but you can see the breaking ball that time. Kind of caught him off guard.
Yeah, they caught Reeves off guard big time right there. Tyler Reeves, we'll see if he can get back after it right here.
Because that one was up, stayed up.
Yeah.
It just fooled him, and he wasn't looking for it, because if he had been looking for it, that would have been a good pitch to hit. That was a better breaking ball. Got him swinging, gets away from the catcher, but he throws down to first. Inning over. Quick, easy inning for Clark. 1, 2, 3. Woodlawn coming to the plate, looking to score their first run of the game. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas TV Sports.
This is a bit of an odd one. The offender had to smuggle in an antique execution device for a start.
Brian had an eye for a good deal.
You mean, did he like ripping off unsuspecting mortals? Sure.
Brian had a disagreement with the camera guy over this fella.
There are no other signs of physical damage,
which suggests that the victim assumed the position willingly.
Sunday evening at 5:30 on Arkansas TV.
Since 1937, the electric cooperatives of Arkansas have been providing power to homes, farms, and businesses across our state. The cooperatives are member-owned and work together to serve Arkansans. The electric cooperatives of Arkansas proudly support high school students and athletics in Arkansas, and hope you enjoy watching the state championship games on Arkansas TV Sports. Better connected together, the electric cooperatives of Arkansas.
Welcome back to Majestic Park in Hot Springs. Let's take a look at our student athlete of the year.
Yeah, our Arkansas TV student all-star is Keaton Massinelli from McCrory. The senior center fielder has a 3.6 GPA. He plans to attend Arkansas State University, major in exercise science, and become a physical therapist. Keaton Massinelli, our 2A Arkansas TV student all-star.
Woodlawn up to the plate. Got Gavin Edmonds up. He flew out to right field. His first at bat and the second. Woodlawn looking to get on the scoreboard, trailing Palestine Wheatley 2-0 in this 2A state championship game.
Nolton doing a really good job working back through the lineup a second time. Last inning was the first time he went back-to-back breaking balls, and he keeps getting ahead of batters.
Nolton had a clean first inning, 1, 2, 3, but second inning hit a guy, gave up a base hit, had runners on first and second, but got out of the jam. Last inning had base runners too, had a walk, had an error on the third baseman. Eventually had runners on second and third with 2 outs, but the huge strikeout to end the inning to get out of the jam. That was a quality pitch by Nolton. You can see Edmonds wanting to pull the trigger, and he just couldn't do it.
Yeah, it may have been a little delayed call right there, but that was one home plate umpire. He really got into that because that's a breaking ball that just freezes Edmonds right there. Really good job of Nolton getting ahead, working ahead, putting them away. That was the problem last inning. He just couldn't put hitters away.
It'll be his 4th strikeout, Nolton's 4th strikeout of the game. You said he had 354 strikeouts coming into the game?
Yeah, he had 141 for the season, so he's up to 145.
Pretty good career for Nolton. Huh. We were just told that foul ball hit the
production trailer out there.
How about that? Welcome to the game, guys. That'll wake you up. Ty Moats, the one doing damage to our truck. We'll send a bill to the Moats family.
Yeah, Moats, one of 3 seniors on this team. Coach Richardson said he could play college baseball if he wants to, just wants to go be a student and enjoy that part of it.
Moats was hit by a pitch in his first at bat. He turns on that one down the left field line. Left fielder making chase, gets over and makes the catch. Nice running catch from Harris. Tell you what, that one left the bat and it had some distance. I couldn't tell. I lost the ball in the air. Harris obviously didn't. That's a nice running catch by Harris.
Yeah, saved extra bases right there. It was going to be right on the line, down the left field line, but great catch by Harris. Put a charge in it, but a little too high. It hung up in the air a little too long, Wes.
He needed the wind to be blowing out to left field. If it was, that could have gone, but we don't have much wind to speak of today. It's pretty still right now. Flag out in center field is just barely moving.
And Nolton just missed with that fastball right there, going after Burris, who had a hit last time up.
Burris swinging and missing. Yeah, he followed Moats, who was hit by the pitch with 2 outs. Remember, we were talking about that 2-out rally, and got a little something going, but couldn't get the clutch hit to drive in any runs. That's a good breaking pitch.
Yeah, that one, Wes, looked a little firmer. It had more cut action than the slider he'd been throwing. That was a little slower, so he sped it up a little bit.
Nolton looking to get out of the inning clean. That's a just well-placed ball. Not much they could do about that one. Burris gets on board with his 2nd hit of the game.
Yeah, good job of the old Bull Durham quote, hit it where they ain't, boys. Hit it right there in the 6-0. Third baseman could not make the play over there. They weren't going to get him even if a throw was on target.
Just a well-placed ball. Hargis up next. Hargis grounded out to second base. Reeves took care of that to end the 2nd inning. He's trying to keep this 4th inning going.
And we'll see how Woodlawn does on the base pass after the pickoff earlier.
Nolton fires in the first pitch for a strike.
Parker Arnold was picked off last inning after he reached on a fielder's choice. Let's see if they shorten the lead up at first inning.
Not much of a lead to speak of.
Bottom just fell out of that one. You see the catcher on your screen right there. He's kind of patting his chest. He could have got that ball at the lower part of the zone and work up. You want to work down to up when you're catching back there.
Hargis lays down the bunt, and it's going to roll foul. Had a lot of spin on it. First one went dead left. It was going to be easy foul, but the next bounce had a little back to the right.
Yeah, had a little English on that one, but good job by Medford over there, letting it go foul. That might have been another bunt single.
I think Medford felt really good about his decision on the first bounce. Yeah. The second bounce, he got a little nervous. Nolton ahead and count 1-2. Pitch away from keeping Woodlawn scoreless. Burris over at first base. Very small lead. Takes off running. Ball's in the turf, and he stopped.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, if it had kept going, he could have walked into second.
Yeah, I figured that would have been a really good pitch to run on right there. And usually, you got 2 strikes in that situation, a good count to run in. I was surprised he stopped as well.
It doesn't matter. Strike 3 looking. Nolton does it again. Woodlawn still scoreless. We'll head to the 5th. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas TV Sports.
Want to see more Arkansas stories? Subscribe to Arkansas TV on YouTube for original productions, extras from your favorite local programs, behind-the-scenes videos, and our exclusive coverage of high school sports, all available on demand. Don't miss out on more great Arkansas stories. Scan the QR code to subscribe now.
Join the ranks of corporate supporters at Arkansas TV. Our viewers love the businesses that underwrite their favorite programs. Showcase your business and support lifelong learning in Arkansas today.
Welcome back to the 2A state championship game where Palestine Wheatley leads Woodlawn 2-0. Nolton has been a big story for Palestine Wheatley, shutting out Woodlawn. Palestine Wheatley scored 2 in the second inning, had a couple of back-to-back hits. Wild pitch scores a run, and big error in that inning on the pitcher Clark. Kind of made things balloon out of control for Woodlawn, but Clark has settled down since and has pitched well in the 3rd and 4th inning. In fact, he's coming off a 1-2-3 4th inning. Looking to keep Palestine Wheatley off the board here in the 5th and hopes that his bats wake up and score a couple of runs, Cabo, before this thing's over with.
Yeah, rolling into the top of the 5th. Knowlton has 5 strikeouts. Of course, he came into the game with 141 on the season. You'd like to have some insurance runs right here. And I know that Woodlawn, they've had base runners, before last inning. That was only the second 1-2-3 inning. The middle parts in the 2nd and 3rd inning, they had base runners. They had opportunities, just weren't able to get the big hit.
Tyler Colvin will lead off things for Palestine Wheatley. He lined back to Clark in the 2nd inning. Maybe the hardest hit ball of the day.
Yeah, that was the one I was talking about last inning, and Clark does a really good job of getting ahead right there. Early part of the game, he was working on the outside. Now he's, hitting that inside corner a little bit. You can't be afraid to pitch inside if you're a right-handed pitcher.
Clark brings his 2nd pitch of the inning, and that's high. Hits Colvin in the head. That was off-speed stuff. Still doesn't feel good, whether it's his fastball or curveball off the helmet. But
yeah, caught him in the good spot of it, right there off the top of the helmet.
Good glancing blow. It wasn't me getting hit.
Yeah.
So, I'm saying he said glanced off instead of just hit it solid. So base runner for Palestine Wheatley to start off the inning. They had a leadoff runner in the 2nd when they scored a couple. Had a leadoff runner in the 3rd also, didn't they? Couldn't get anything going after that. So they're 3 for 5 now, getting the leadoff runner on.
Yeah, would not be surprised. You got the ball in the lineup right here. Coach Kevin Woodson's done a really good job with the bunt game today.
Barrett Medford up for Palestine Wheatley. Looking to bunt him over right back to the pitcher. Clark throws it easily over to first, and Medford gets his job done.
It gets a runner in scoring position for Hoggett, who came up last time. Had that bunt single. Ended up getting the 2nd base. Had a stolen base.
We got to see Hoggett's wheels last time.
Yeah, he was flying down the line.
Yeah, it was his speed that got him on base. It was a bang-bang throw at first. Stole second, like you said. Ended up at third, but was stranded there. Looking to lay down another bunt.
Yeah. Kind of a slap hitter of a leadoff batter right there from the left-handed side. Now, one thing that we haven't seen, Wes, that might come into play right here is the slash play. Hoggett's really good with the bat. Your leadoff hitter is really good barrel control. Let's see, he may show bunt early, pull back and hit. Something that Kevin Whitsitt might put in play right here.
Holding the runner closely at second. Tried to lay it down again. That time he was, I mean, he's looking for a base hit, but he wasn't just trying to sacrifice and move him over to third. Hoggett's looking to get on base.
Yeah, one thing about, bunting on turf is a little different because it comes off the bat, it'll go a little bit faster. The ball doesn't deaden like it does on natural surface. So if you can get it, you want to kind of aim to no man's land. So right now he's back, towards the pitcher on the third base side.
Clark looking to put Hoggett away. Goes with the breaking ball, gets away. That's going to allow the runner Colvin to stroll into third base.
One thing right there, Parker Arnold tried to bring the ball back in the zone. That pitch was way out of the zone. He tried to frame it, kind of bring it back in. Brought the glove down a little too early. It got past him.
Colvin moves over to third.
Hey, you got to be a wall right
Hoggett
here,
with a 1-2 count. Infield is not in. Got him.
Yeah, Hoggett right there kind of made his mind up late, kind of half swing at it right there. Good out for Clark right there. That's what he needed. Get his second out.
Yeah, I was surprised the infield wasn't in with 2 strikes.
Me too.
Runner on third, you're down 2-0, but didn't need to. Faith in Clark to get it done himself.
Yeah, it seems like every run is multiplied at this point when you've been down 2-0 the whole game.
Cooper 0 for 2 on the game. Runner on third, 2 outs. Struck out in the first.
Hey, I want to work down 5, attaboy.
Yeah, had a sacrifice bunt.
Yeah.
Yep, in the third inning. Third inning.
Moved Hoggett over. Would be a big 2-out hit. That's right at the left fielder, comes in a couple of steps. Edmonds makes the catch. Woodlawn fails to score with 2 outs, and Palestine Wheatley. Clark gets it done. We'll head to the bottom of the inning. 2-0, Palestine Wheatley leading Woodlawn. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas TV Sports.
Hey you. We know what you did. And we think you're just the most magnificent person ever. Because you support public television. And you did it by donating your car to our station. Vehicle donations like yours bring significant funding to the quality news and programming you turn to every day. So now, it's time to celebrate you and all of our supporters that keep us going.
UAMS is a proud supporter of Arkansas TD Sports. UAMS Health provides orthopedic and sports medicine care across Arkansas, supporting athletes and teams throughout the state. Find out more at uamshealth.com.
Arkansas TV is the home for high school sports. If you love seeing these high school sports state championships live and also on demand, please consider making a gift to Arkansas TV today. Visit arkansastv.gov/sports.
Wes Moore and Kevin Bohannon with you for this 2A state championship game between Palestine Wheatley and Woodlawn. Palestine Wheatley up 2-0. They scored 2 in the second, and that has been it.
Yeah, had a throwing error that inning that brought everybody around. Let's see. Woodlawn's going to be going back through the order the third time.
Tyler French leading things off for Woodlawn. French, the 9-hole hitter. Arnold on deck. French looks at that one with the 2-0 count, but Nolton gets it across, 2-1. Nolton, both pitchers have honestly been impressive today.
They really have. Thrown strikes, and that's what you want to do at this level. You're not going to hit too many balls out of this ballpark, so let your defense work.
Right. Gets the called strike 3. Nolton starts off the inning with the backwards K. He had a couple of those the last inning.
Yeah, that's his 6th of the game, and that one was painted right on the outside corner right there. Really good job of painting the fastball. That's the count. He's gone back to the slider in previous counts, but backed it up with the fastball right there.
It's called pitching.
That's called pitching. Love to see it.
Parker Arnold up now. A little high and inside. Arnold struck out to lead off the game. Hit the fielder's choice. A little sacrifice bunt in the 3rd. Actually, he got on base, didn't he?
Yeah, he got on base.
Then
he got picked off.
Then he got picked off, that's right. I was looking to see how he got on base.
It was a fielder's choice. It was the ball to shortstop that was a little slower.
It's a great memory. My handwriting is terrible on my scorebook. Yep, he hit that slow chopper to short.
Yep.
Couldn't turn 2.
We'll see what Woodlawn does the 3rd time through the order right here, Wes.
He works a walk. It was high inside, just like the first pitch. Arnold back on base.
Yeah, Hollis Holderfield coming up. Grounded out the first base his first time up, and then back in the 3rd inning, reached on an error to 3rd base.
Little chopper. The throw wasn't there.
Tommy Richardson signaling over to Parker Arnold. Remember what happened last time. Giving him a little signal to shorten up a little bit over there at first base.
He took a couple quick steps and stopped, just getting a good lead.
Yeah. Nolton is really quick to the plate, and he's, right there, he's almost to a quick pitch point, Wes, so needs to slow down just a little bit. There you go.
Off speed. Nice pitch, but just a little inside. Evens the count at 1.
So I think both pitchers have done a really good job is changing their looks up with runners on base. They'll go quick, and then they'll go for a longer hold. That's what you need to control a running game.
The fastball, and it's hit right back up the middle. Good piece of hitting by Hollis Holderfield. Hit it where it's pitched. Now Woodlawn's got a little something going here in the 5th.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier. What are they going to do the 3rd time through the lineup? Are they going to set fastball? You see it right there. Hit it right back where it's pitched. You see a lot of these kids, and they watch the pros and watch some of these college guys wanting to pull everything. Woodlawn does a great job of just hitting it where it's pitched. It's a simplified approach at the plate that's done a great job for the program.
Big moment here for Nolton on the mound. Woodlawn with runners on 1st and 2nd, 1 out. Ethan Saylor up. Let's see what they call here. He was trying to bunt, and it hit him or the bat. I was going to say it hit him.
I'm going to say it hit him. See if Kevin Whitson comes out and asks Brian Colson to get together with his crew, see if they saw anything different.
It's a good replay right there.
Yep.
We'll get the crew together and talk about this, which I think is a perfect call.
Yeah, and what Colson is asking his partners right here is like, look, guys, this is what I saw back there, even though he might have been blocked out by either the catcher or how the batter was squared up, but he's asking his partners right there, did you guys see anything different? If you did, are you 100% sure? It can't be a guess. It can't be, I think I saw this. It's got to be 100% right there.
Yeah, they're going to give him first, say it hit him. I think we'll have one more discussion with the umpire and the head coach, Kevin Whitson.
Yeah, Whitson's going to come out and ask about it. And that's what Whitson was asking the first base umpire. He's like, was he the one that made the call?
Can't see much from that angle, but we had the side angle. It was a great view. You see him turn around the bunt, a little inside.
Yeah, there it is right there. And you see he was definitely pulling back right there, so he was not offering at the ball, so it wasn't a matter of if he was offering at it, it was a fact of if it hit him or not.
Well, with it getting away from the catcher like it did,
yeah,
it makes me think that there is some kind of glancing blow for the catcher to miss it.
Something changed the trajectory of it, whether it was off the bat, off the hand, and it's a distinct sound, Wes. You can tell the difference off these BB Core bats versus it hitting off the hand right there.
Drama here in the fifth. Woodlawn, bases loaded, 1 out. Logan Clark up. Pitch a little bit high from Nolton. Nolton has worked out of trouble several times today. That's been one of the impressive things about him. He's been in a couple of jams but made the right pitches. Nolton comes with the fastball, gets the strike. I don't think Clark's looking to bunt here with the bases loaded. Force play at home. I think it's more of just getting into the mind of Nolton. Clark looking to hit now. Brings the off-speed stuff, catches it. That was a quality pitch.
Yeah, it was. You can see Clark was looking fastball right there, and Nolton flipped it in there. Now it's the game within the game.
Yes. What's he coming with? Clark ready. Fastball, little high.
Just up right there. A 2-2 count right here on Clark. Now it resets. Now you got to say, okay, is he going to come back with the fastball? Is he going to change it up on me?
Nolton, big pitch here, 2-2. Comes with the off-speed stuff and got him. Knowlton coming through again.
Huge strikeout right there. Clean up hitter up, bases loaded. Gets the strikeout right there with the slider. Now what you got to do, Wes? You got to do it again.
Got to finish it. Gavin Edmonds up now, junior for Woodlawn. Big spot here, 2 outs, bases full, a little high. Woodlawn left 2 in the second, left 2 in the third, left 1 in the fourth. Fastball, blows it by Edmonds.
Yeah, that first pitch right there, that Edmonds, is such a tough pitch to lay off up in the zone right there. And Knowlton's fastball has a lot of tail. It has a lot of late life to it. So really good job by Edmonds right there. And then Nolton blew it by him.
Off-speed stuff's a little high. Bases loaded. Going back out of the windup. He just looks more comfortable.
He really does. Really does.
Fastball, fouls it off. 2 strikes. Nolton 1 pitch away from doing it again.
Yeah, 2-2 count to Clark. He went with the off speed. Let's see if he doubles up right here and goes back to it.
He got Gavin Edmonds looking in the last inning.
Yep.
Find a way right here, son.
I think that was with it, that slider.
Was.
Comes with a slider again. He's able to foul it off the end of his bat.
I don't know how Gavin Edmonds got to that pitch, if he just go gadget boat paddle at that point, but he got the bat out there and barely got to stay alive.
Had a lot of movement outside. Yeah. It was moving away from him.
That's one of those, like Tony Gwynn hitting Randy Johnson's slider. You just throw the bat at it.
Edmonds comes with the fastball, handcuffs him. Going to be a tough play. Short, over to first, got him. Nolton gets out of the inning. Woodlawn strands the bases full. Nolton has come up with big pitch after big pitch, that time with a fastball in on the hands. Parker gets it done. A little drama there. We'll come back. Palestine Wheatley looking to increase their lead when we come back. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas TV Sports.
Hi, I'm Carlton Wing, Executive Director and CEO of Arkansas TV. For nearly 60 years, Arkansas's only statewide public television network has been part of your home, informing, inspiring, and strengthening communities across our state. That commitment hasn't changed. What continues to guide us is a simple promise: to tell Arkansas stories with care and integrity. We are renewing our focus on local storytelling, highlighting the people, places, culture, and history that make Arkansas special. But we can only fulfill this mission with your partnership. If you already support Arkansas TV, thank you. If you are able We hope you'll consider making a gift today. Your contribution is an investment in education, in local storytelling, and in everything that makes public television an essential resource for Arkansans. We're committed to serving Arkansas today and for generations to come. Thank you for being part of the Arkansas TV family.
UAMS is a proud supporter of Arkansas TD Sports. UAMS Health provides orthopedic and sports medicine care across Arkansas, supporting athletes and teams throughout the state. Find out more at uamshealth.com.
Top of the 6th here in Hot Springs. It is the 2A state championship game between Woodlawn and Palestine Wheatley. Palestine Wheatley up 2-0. They scored those 2 runs in the second inning, and since then it's been about Palestine Wheatley's pitcher Nolton getting out of jam after jam after jam, and that was the largest jam we've seen, bases loaded. And I'll tell you what, Nolton just made pitch after pitch after hitting Saylor. He gets a strikeout of Clark and gets Edmonds to ground slowly to short.
Yeah, Woodlawn's left 8 on base so far this game. And now, if you're Palestine Wheatley, you know Andrew Nolton is at 95 pitches. He may have to come out of this game, or they're going to need some insurance runs right here for sure.
Yeah, they've been unable to get any insurance runs. It's partly because of Clark. Clark's done a really good job on the mound, too, for Woodlawn.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the error back in the second inning, we could be looking at a scoreless ball game right here.
Clark's only given up 3 hits. Both teams limited to just 3 hits because of these 2 pitchers. Not a whole lot of solid contact today. Maybe some of the best contact from Palestine Wheatley has gone right back to Clark, and Clark has filled in his position.
Yeah, Ty Moats put a drive into one that went about 305, 310 down the left field line that Harris made a really good catch a couple innings ago.
Brody Parker up at the plate. Being patient, and first 3 pitches have all been balls.
Big spot right here for the Patriots. They get their 3, 4, 5 hitters up. Also, their senior leaders on the team.
Clark is grounded to second and grounded to third. Looking for his first hit here in the state championship game. Taking all the way and lets it go for a 4-pitch walk. What Clark had in mind to start this inning.
No, from what I got, that's his first walk of the game. They've had a hit by pitch, but that's Clark's first walk, and Tommy Richardson coming out the second mound visit of the game. First one was back in the second inning, and AAA rules now you can make 3 mound visits, and on the third one you got to pull the pitcher. So it used to be 2 an inning, but looks like they're going to make a decision right here and do a little switcheroo right here. And Clark pitched really well, Wes. So, he did just about everything he could. Made the throwing error back in the second inning, but he pitched a really good game for the Woodlawn Bears.
Yep, very impressed with Clark. I'm sure will rewatch and relive this game, and we'll go back to the one little mistake he made.
Yep, looks like they're going to Holder Field, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. He's going to move over from third base and take a couple of warm-up pitches. We'll take a break while he warms up. We'll come back and talk a little bit about Holder Field and see if Palestine Wheatley can add to their lead. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas TV Sports.
Everett Buick GMC provides vehicles to Arkansans and supports local organizations. Community involvement has been part of our story for generations. Proud to support the Arkansas Activities Association and Arkansas TV Sports. More at everettbgmc.com.
odd one. The offender had to smuggle in an antique execution device for a start.
Brian had an eye for a good deal.
You mean, did he like ripping off unsuspecting morsels? Sure.
Brian had a disagreement with the camera guy over this fella,
There are no other signs of physical damage.
which suggests that the victim assumed the position willingly.
Sunday evening at 5:30 on Arkansas TV.
For over 70 years, Farm Bureau Insurance has offered coverage for automobiles, homes, farms, and lives across Arkansas. Proud to support the Arkansas Activities Association. More at afbic.com.
All right, Holderfield, our new pitcher. He moves over from third base, and he's going to be facing Andrew Nolton, the pitcher for Palestine Wheatley, looking to get some insurance runs. All kinds of movement after this pitching change. Holderfield moves to third. Burris was at second. He now moves to third. Hargis was at shortstop. He moves over to second. Clark, who was pitching, moves over to shortstop. So our infield is totally different now, except for over at first base. Speaking of first base, Holderfield throws it over to first, keeping an eye on Parker over there.
Yeah, and you'll see Holderfield, really good fastball slider combination right there. He threw a first pitch slider, just missed the bottom of the zone, and that first pitch to Nolton.
Well, keep an eye on Parker again. Keep him close. Nolton singled in the second and scored the first run of the game. Head over to the first baseman. 3 unassisted in the third.
Had a really good hit through the 6 hole in his first at bat. They're really wanting to keep Parker over there at first base. Keep the double play intact.
Nice lead over at first. I don't know why they're throwing over there. Not going. Misses outside. Big moment here for Woodlawn. Do not want to give up more runs here. Want to keep it as close as possible. They got 6 at-bats to try to tie this up or win this thing. Holderfield challenges him with a high strike, high fastball. Parker can't catch up with, or Nolton can't catch up with it.
Yeah, we don't have a velo gun, but that's good low 80s right there. He's probably 82, 84 on his fastball, Wes. Has a good tight slider off of it.
Chase Parker back at first.
Got a 2-1 count on Nolton right here. Let's see if he challenges him again.
He does. Nolton lines it straight to the center fielder, French. Hey, well, that was good contact. All over it.
Yeah. Really good job right there. We talk about how shallow these fielders have been playing, you know, getting used to this bigger outfield here at Majestic Park. But really good spot right there for French. He was right in the spot. You know, good contact by Nolton, but just went to the wrong spot.
If he gets a little air under that, it goes over his head because he's playing a shallow center field.
Yeah.
And that ball rolls a long way to the wall. Brett Medford up next. Medford looks at strike one. Medford had a single over the second baseman in the second inning and grounded out to shortstop in the fourth.
That's Holderfield's second straight batter. He's led off with the breaking ball.
Parker back in at first.
Well, he puts everything into that throw over to first. He is firing that thing over there.
That's why he plays third, too. He's got a big arm over at third. Parker with a nice lead. Not going. Down in the dirt. That would have been a good one to run on.
And we'll see right here. Coach Whitson over there at third base. Palestine Wheatley head coach. Making their state championship appearance, the second one in school history.
Looking for their first title. Good off-speed pitch. Head of the count, 1-2.
Yeah, that breaking ball had a little bit more curveball shape to it, Wes.
Try once again for a pickoff over on Parker.
That's a good count to run in right here. We've seen the Patriots be very aggressive on the base pass today.
Medford settling in at the plate. Found a pitch to hit, dumps it out in the right field. I'll tell you what, Poss did a good job of reading that one. Looked like it kind of the similar hit in the center field, a line drive, but that ball had some spin on it, started tumbling down.
Yeah, tough catch to make right there. He made a good first step read on it. It was to his glove side already, but if that ball gets down, they're running for days. So great job by Poss out there in right field to be in the right position to make the catch.
Slade Parker, sophomore, looking for his first hit of the day. He gets it. He dumps that out in the right field. Good piece of hitting from Parker. Palestine Wheatley with 2 runners on with 2 outs.
Yep, we talked about the first 2 batters that Holderfield faced. He went breaking ball. Great job right there by Parker. He was sitting on breaking ball. He saw the pattern that was developing, takes it to right field. Didn't have to do too much, just go with the pitch.
Wilson Reeves up next. Sophomore, another sophomore, back-to-back sophomores in this lineup for Palestine Wheatley. Grounded out to third and struck out. 0-2 on the day. This will be a huge time for a hit. That backs him off the plate. Holderfield comes in tight.
Yeah, Parker Arnold behind the plate said, we're not going first pitch breaking ball there. We're going to go fastball, and it kind of got away from him.
Palestine Wheatley looking for some insurance runs here in the 6th. Well, Parker is drawing some throws. I think he drew 4 or 5 over at first.
Yeah, that's the 6th one he's had to get back for since he's got on base.
We were playing on dirt, he would be filthy right now. High again.
Yeah, Holderfield may have to go back to the breaking ball to get a better feel for it. That's been the pitch that he's gone to the most to get strikes right here. If he can keep it down in the zone, or otherwise Palestine Wheatley has a chance to take a 3-0 lead.
Reeves ahead of the count, 2-0. Catches the inside corner.
Really good job by Parker Arnold back behind the plate. That pitch right there, Wes, is the toughest pitch for catchers to get around and keep it in the zone, especially when you have a left-handed pitcher, but a lot of these righties today have a lot of good arm side run. It's tough to get around that pitch and keep it in the zone.
Holderfield trying to get out of the little jam. That one finds the outside part of the plate.
It looked a little bit like a change up there. Yep. Took a little bit off of it. Now he's battled back to even up the count at 2-2. Let's see if he goes to his go-to pitch right here, which has been that slider down in the zone.
Reeves looking to battle, come up with a clutch 2-out hit. Runs high, runs it full. Full count, 2 outs, runners will be running. They will take off on the pitch. You got to think a base hit to the outfield should score Parker.
Yeah, you tell your infield right here, if you're Woodlawn, be big, be big. The runners are going to be going, go across the first.
He fouls that one straight back. Looked like he was on it.
Yeah, he was. It was a good pitch by Holderfield as well. Get it up in the zone a little bit. That's with the velocity that he's coming with, it's tough to get on top of that pitch and drive it.
Speed the bat up, now come back with the breaking stuff.
Yep, get it down in the zone, change his eye level.
Instead, they're going to chase Parker back again.
Yeah. If if I'm Woodlawn right here, shortstop is still right on second base right there, and you got a big hole to the left side of the infield. You want that infield to be big right here and make the play, see if it gets back in the spot.
Holyfield brings it, pops it up. Catcher may have a play on it. It's going to be close. No. Hits the roof.
Hits the roof and comes back and messed with Mama Bird up there in her nest.
Fans come to their, or some of them at least, standing up, getting a little loud. Big moment in the game. 2 on, 2 out, full count.
Reeves has done a really good job of battling right here.
Holderfield ready. Holderfield throws another good breaking pitch, and Reeves fouls it off.
He's like, I just can't get anything by this guy. You saw the body language right there by Holderfield. He's like, what do I have to do to get it by him?
9th pitch of the at-bat. Great battle between Holderfield and Reeves.
That's what you want out of your 7-hole hitter, Wes. Somebody that can battle.
The sophomore looking for the big hit, fouls off another one. And hear the crowd.
Yeah.
It's a Palestine Wheatley crowd getting behind Reeves.
Yeah, both communities here, it's big. They're all in Majestic Park in Hot Springs today.
Who wins this battle? Holderfield, low and outside. Reeves, what a quality at bat from the sophomore drawing the walk.
That was huge. Reeves does a great job. He had 4 straight pitches that he fouled off right there. He got up 2-0. Holderfield battled back to even it up at 2-2. Then we had the full count. 4 straight pitches that were fouled off, and then he took the pitch right there. 11 pitch at bat. Now it's up to the designated hitter, William Tyler Colvin. Freshman. What a moment.
Well, we've seen this freshman be aggressive. He lined out on his first pitch right back to the pitcher, and he lines that one into center field. That gets down. 1 run will score. A second run for Palestine Wheatley slides in safely. They double their lead. Tyler Colvin, the freshman, coming up huge.
No moment too big for the freshman. Jumps on the first pitch. And we talked about the outfield positioning earlier. It looks like he backed up a little bit right there, Wes. Allowed the pitch to drop in for a single. Now Palestine Wheatley takes a 4-0 lead in the top of the 6th inning.
Tell you what, that was just well placed. There wasn't much you could do out there in center. Colvin, like I was saying, first pitch swinging in the 2nd inning, lined it back to the pitcher. He got hit by a pitch in the 5th and comes up with the biggest hit of his season. 2 RBI for Tyler Colvin.
And what that does, that extends it another batter. So you get the bottom of your lineup up right here with Medford. Your top of the lineup's going to get up in the 7th inning, Wes.
Medford looking to keep it going. That's high and tight. Did not hit him. Palestine Wheatley fans are excited.
They are pumped up, looking for their first state championship in school history.
Medford kind of in no man's land, but the second baseman, Hargis, comes over, makes the catch to end the inning. But Palestine Wheatley adds to their lead. They get 2 more in the 6th. It's 4-0 Palestine Wheatley. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas TV Sports.
Join the ranks of corporate sponsors and business partners at Arkansas TV. Your support will shine a light on your business with recognition on air and at major community events. Plus, our viewers love the businesses that underwrite their favorite programs. Showcase your company while making a meaningful impact on lifelong learning. Partner with Arkansas TV to build a brighter future for our state.
Everett Buick GMC provides vehicles to Arkansans and supports local organizations. Community involvement has been part of our story for generations. Proud to support the Arkansas Activities Association and Arkansas TV Sports. More at everettbgmc.com.
6. Palestine Wheatley over Woodlawn 4-0. Bears coming up looking to get on the board, try to cut into this lead. They need some base runners. Moats, Burris, Marcus up to bat this inning for Woodlawn.
Yeah, time running out for the Bears. They've got 6 outs to work with right here. One thing to watch right here, Wes, Andrew Nolton starts the inning with 95 pitches. Of course, the limit for a game is 110 for your starting pitcher.
He would love a quick inning. I'm sure everyone in that Palestine Wheatley dugout would love a 1-2-3 inning. Maybe single-digit pitches thrown.
Yeah.
But if you're Woodlawn, you want to work. Is that something? Are you just looking to get on base, or are you looking to work the count?
Yeah, at this point, you're looking to get on base. You don't really want to worry. Let the game take care of itself. Coach Richardson is one of the greatest coaches in Arkansas high school baseball history. He knows to tell his kids, look, we got to get on base. We can't have any big grand slams right here. You can't hit a grand slam with nobody on base. So let's get on base and then worry about it.
Well, Nolton throws 2 balls to start the inning. Comes in with the fastball, gets that strike.
Still has good velocity. Not right where it was the beginning of the game. It's dipped a little bit, but he still has a good run on it.
Moats fouls that one off. Moats hit by a pitch in the second inning, flew out to left field in the 4th.
What say, Deuces? I need a base runner right here, bud. Get it started. Come on, buddy.
Nolton with pitch number 100 right here. A little outside with the slider. That one hung up a little bit too.
Catcher was set up way outside, and he just took it a little bit further out.
Moats full count. Works the walk. A little outside, so exactly what Woodlawn needed.
101.
Needed a base runner. Need several base runners.
Number 2, Tyler Burris.
Get that leadoff runner on. Tyler Burris up next. He's 2 for 2.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want. He's had 2 hits back up the middle, done a really good job. Coach Richardson talking to him right here. Look, we're not going to be in a situation. You got your only college signee up. He's going to ASU, 3 Rivers in Malvern next year.
Pitch run for Moats. It's Lovett coming in. Samuel Lovett. On a pitch run. He'll be over at first base.
Samuel Lovett to run first base.
Make a little note there. Samuel Lovett. Burris up in the big spot. Another ball, though.
Now, you do have the re-entry rule in high school baseball, Wes, so even though they took Ty Moats out right there to put a better base runner in, they can re-enter him in the game once.
For a showing bunt, but wasn't really looking to bunt.
Yeah.
We've seen that several times from both teams, really, just kind of mind games.
Yeah, that's the game within the game we've talked about.
Nolton gets his first strike, comes back with the fastball. A little late on it, fouls it off down right field, out of play. So now Nolton ahead of the count.
Yeah. Now Burris's job is to stay out of the middle. You want to stay out of double play right here. Even though you got 2 strikes, you got to get the ball to the edges. Corner to corner, gap to gap.
Burris wide stance, fouls it off.
Yeah, you see the 2-strike approach right there. Widen stance a little bit. Choke up a little bit on the bat. Looks like he's shortened the swing up a little bit as well.
Mm-hmm. Lovett over on first base. Not a big lead at all, not much of a lead at all, but he can just cruise into second after that wild pitch. Can't be too aggressive on the base paths. Down 4 with only 6 outs to go.
Yep. It's been they had the bases loaded last time. They've left 8 on base by my count.
Lovett moves over to second. Burris with the 2-2 count. A little late on that swing. That was a defensive swing and fouls it off.
Just to live for another pitch right there. Short swing, he's just looking to drive something. Who's took his, get something in the grass out there.
Comes with the fastball, got him looking. Nolton makes another quality pitch.
Great pitch on the outside right there. You just heard our stat guru and PA announcer Troy Mitchell announce he's at 108 for his pitches, so this will be the last batter unless he swings the first pitch.
Do you go as deep as to say take one so we know for sure this is his last if you're Woodlawn, or you just let him go up there and play?
Yeah, you know, considering where you're at, you got one out, you got a runner in scoring position. If Hargis gets something he can drive, let him drive it. You know, you got the bottom of your lineup up right now, 8-9-1. Tyler French is a senior, so he's been around. Struck out looking last time, but Cash Hargis has done a really good job putting the ball in play today.
Hargis grounded out to second in the second inning. Takes ball one. So we now know this will be the last hitter for Nolton to face. Nolton, little low. Tell you what, Palestine Wheatley was expecting something on. They had the third baseman charging, shortstop going to cover third. They thought they were once again doing the same thing. Pulls the bat back. Hargis takes the ball.
A strike right there.
That was a strike, was it?
Yeah.
I thought that was a little high and inside. I prematurely called that one. 2-1 count. Puts that one in play. Second baseman over, makes the play, throws first, got the out. Runner Lovett moves over to third.
Yep.
But 2 outs.
2 outs, and we'll have a new pitcher. That'll be all for Andrew Nolton. He goes 5 2/3 innings. 8 strikeouts.
You'll have to do the math.
Yeah, 8 strikeouts for Nolton. Great job.
He had so many strikeouts I couldn't count.
Yeah.
I'll leave it to you. We'll find out about the new pitcher when we come back. 4-0 Palestine Wheatley leading Woodlawn. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas TV Sports.
Tomorrow at 11:30.
Get your live action photos from the game at arkansastv.gov/sports. Grab free downloads, have prints made. These are great championship keepsakes.
Brody Parker in to pitch after just a great performance from Andrew Nolton. Nolton goes 5 2/3. No runs scored for Woodlawn, but he is responsible for the runner Lovett over on third base. So Brody Parker knows his job. Come in and hopefully get 4 outs for the Patriots and pick up their first state championship game ever.
Yeah, and Parker, he's the one that if they were going to go to somebody, that was going to be it. He's got the second most innings on the team this year. He's their number 2 guy that they've gone to. Good fastball, curveball combination right there. You can see it. Biggest thing right here, throw strikes. You got 2 outs. Yeah, you've got a runner in scoring position, but Parker just needs to come in and throw strikes. Senior shortstop, he's been your guy all day. Athletic, come in, pump strikes. You got to lead. That's the biggest thing right now, Wes. You got to lead. Take advantage of it.
So Parker moves from short to the pitcher. I'm looking at some of our changes for Palestine Wheatley. It looks like Medford is going to go to short. Medford was over on third. And is that Nolton over at third now? So they just move those guys around a little bit.
Nolton comes in. He's holding the runner at third base, too. That's something you don't see in high school baseball very much. I imagine he'll back off here in just a sec.
There he goes.
Yeah. All right, buddy. You're not at first. There we go.
Tyler French up. French looks at strike one. That was a nice first pitch there from Parker. We got a Parker-Parker combination.
Yep.
Catcher and pitcher. Think they've done this a time or two before. Oh. That one almost got away from Parker.
Skate save and a beauty by Brian Croson behind the plate. That one got through catcher's leg right there. Couldn't get a glove on it. Home plate umpire Brian Croson stopped it with his shin guard.
Parker blows it by French. French walked in the third inning to lead off the inning, but he was erased on a fielder's choice. He struck out looking in the fifth. French looked high, had to back off of it, lean out of the way.
I think Palestine Wheatley, their field is actually turf, West, so these pitchers, they're comfortable pitching off turf, and that's one thing that you'll see this weekend. A lot of these teams, maybe they haven't, maybe they have.
Parker gets out of the jam. Strike three, swinging. And now Palestine Wheatley knows they're 3 outs away from winning their first state championship game. They would love to increase the lead. We'll see if they can do that in the 7th. There's a good look at strike three, swinging. Woodlawn goes down again. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas TV Sports.
A bit of an odd one. The offender had to smuggle in an antique execution device for a start.
Brian had an eye for a good deal.
You mean, did he like ripping off unsuspecting morsels? Sure.
Brian had a disagreement with the camera guy over this fella,
There are no other signs of physical damage.
which suggests that the victim assumed the position willingly.
Sunday evening at 5:30 on Arkansas TV.
For over 70 years, Farm Bureau Insurance has offered coverage for automobiles, homes, farms, and lives across Arkansas. Proud to support the Arkansas Activities Association. More at afbic.com.
Experience the action all over again next week. Follow us on YouTube at youtube.com/@ArkansasTV to watch the games on demand.
Wes Moore and Kevin Bohannon with you here at Majestic Park in Hot Springs. Down to the potentially final inning. Palestine Wheatley coming to hit in the 7th inning. They lead this one 4-0. Scored 2 in the 2nd, 2 in the 6th. Now they would love, how about 2 more? 2s have been the number for Palestine Wheatley. They're going to have the top of the lineup up. Hoggett, Cooper, and Parker.
Hoggett's 1 for 3 in the game. He reached on a bunt single in the 3rd. Struck out swinging his last at bat in the 5th. His first time facing Holderfield.
Holderfield's first pitch catches the top of the strike zone.
Holderfield entering his 2nd inning of work right here.
That's a little drag bunt. It's going to be a tough play by the third baseman. And look at that speed from Hoggett. I tell you what, third baseman did everything he could. Burris came charging, made a nice play, but had no shot.
Yeah, no chance at all. You see the speed right there by Hoggett. He beats it out. You know, unless the third baseman was right in the pocket right there down the line, you weren't going to get Hoggett. Great job. He is 2 for 4 today with 2 bunt singles, Wes.
I mean, he beat that by a step.
Yeah.
I mean, he had already touched first and was taking another step when the first baseman caught it. That's a pretty good weapon at the top of your lineup.
Yeah, has a really good feel for the strike zone as well. Doesn't swing at anything out of the zone. So great job as a leadoff hitter.
Cooper looking for his first hit of the game. Struck out, back to the pitcher, and flew out to left field. Had good contact on that fly out to left field, right down the line. Just got underneath it a little bit. And Harris, was it? No, Edmonds, wasn't it? That made that great running catch.
Yeah, he had a sac bunt back in the third inning that advanced Hoggett to second.
Hoggett not running. He got under that one, too. Fouls that one out of play.
Talk about Adrian Cooper. He's a sophomore. We talked about it earlier in the game. He looks like he's going to have a really good career at Palestine Wheatley. And both these teams, Wes, we talked about only 3 seniors on each team in the lineup. They're going to be back next year for sure. Have a shot at it.
There goes the runner. Hoggett won't even throw. Well, Hoggett hasn't scored today, but he has been all over the base pass.
He makes the pitchers think about it, man. That's one thing that gets to a pitcher, how you handle a running game, how you handle traffic on the base paths.
There's a shot into the gap, but the center fielder gets over there, makes the catch. Hoggett will not tag. He will stay over there at second. I think that ball went back towards the center fielder. When he hit it, I thought that had a chance to get into the gap.
Yeah, had a little slice to it. It was right off the end of the bat. He did not get a barrel on it right there. Cooper didn't. So good play by French out there in center field.
Bring up Brody Parker. Parker now pitching, but he's got a chance to give himself another run to work with the base hit.
Yeah, 0 for 2 with the walk. He walked in his last at bat, and that was in the 6th inning.
How's that one off?
And you got to think, Palestine Wheatley has a 4-run lead right here, West. That 5th run, 4 runs already feels like 8 right now. That 5th one may be backbreaker.
Drive out to center field. That'll chase French back, and that's over his head. That's all the way to the warning track. Hoggett's going to score easily. Parker's going to go to third, and Parker with the huge hit to center field.
He got every bit of that slider that hung up in the zone right there. Parker did not miss. That's what you want out of a senior 3-hole hitter right there. Hits it 2 hops the 400-foot sign in center field. Great job by Parker. Got our first triple of the day.
I think that's our first extra base hit of the day. I was watching French the whole way, and he got on his horse, and all of a sudden when he put that head down, I knew he wasn't going to catch that one. That was well hit.
Yeah, both the outfields today, they've been playing fairly shallow, but that one right there, Parker got into it. You can see how he's got a couple home runs on the year. That one might have got out at the home park.
Andrew Nolton up next. Nolton with 1 out can bring in a run with a sac fly. Look at the infield. Not coming in too much.
Yeah, they're playing about halves is what we call it. Got to be careful right there. Now on a pick play, the fielder has to be at the bag. You have to pick to a base. So if he would have thrown to the fielder right there, you would have had a balk. Run would have scored right there. So you got to be real careful.
Now they bring the infield in. First baseman, third baseman all the way in. Shortstop took several steps in. Second baseman now coming in. Foul straight back. Almost 1,000 people here for this game, Cabo.
Yeah.
957 your official attendance.
Yeah, if you're in the communities of Woodlawn and Palestine Wheatley, you are by yourself right now.
Look at that one come in for a strike.
Good pitch, staying away from Nolton right there. The cleanup hitter has 43 RBIs on the season. He's got a hit, had a hit in the second inning, came around to score. Made contact in all 3 at-bats today.
That's what he's looking for here. Make some contact. Get a ball to the outfield. Get an insurance run. Swinging away on 0-2.
Yeah, even if you make an out right here, make a productive out. That's what you want. Got a 5-run lead. This kid, the program hasn't been in this situation before to where you have to put a team away, Wes. So that's one of the things that these young men are learning for the first time.
Fouls another one off. Holderfield trying to get out of this jam. Runner on third, 1 out. Needs to make a big pitch, try to get a strikeout here.
Yeah, let's see if he stretches the strike zone right here. He's made 2 really good 0-2 pitches on the outer third, on the corner. Let's see if they stretch it even further out. See if they can get him swinging right here.
Holderfield with the 0-2 pitch. Buries one in the turf.
Really good job by Parker Arnold behind the plate. He's done a great job back there today. And you hear fans scream all the time, be a wall, be a wall. I've always taught my catchers, be a pillow, be soft, let the ball bounce down in front of you. He's done a really good job today.
Holderfield delivers the fastball, but how about Nolton? Great piece of hitting, just takes it the other way, past the second baseman, into the outfield for an RBI single.
His second hit of the day, and we talked about it, Wes. If Holderfield would challenge him and keep going out, and he did, Nolton does a great job of throwing the barrel at it, gets it to, with the drawn-in infield, gets it to the outfield for a base hit. Palestine Wheatley is up 6-0. Looks like we got another mound visit right here. We'll see if they make a change.
1 out here in the 7th inning. It's just the, how about this mound visit? It's the pitcher and coach only. No catcher, no infielders.
Telling the guys, stay back, I got this, let me go talk to him. You got a good look right there before the shot of the mound visit. Coach Kevin Whitson telling these guys, look, enjoy this moment. This is one of the things, enjoy the moment. We still got to compete, though. We still got to compete. We still have game to play. We still got runs to score, outs to get. But you can tell they're enjoying the moment right now.
These fans in front of us from Palestine Wheatley are enjoying it too.
It's a powder keg, Wes. They're about to explode.
They've waited for this moment for a long time.
Number 12, Brent Medford.
Brent Medford up next. Looking just to keep this train rolling.
Yeah, in 2018, I was the crew chief for the 2A state tournament at Pangburn, and they got to the semifinals that year. They broke through in 23 and made it to the championship, lost that game 3-2 to a Woodlawn team. Big play.
Turns on that one.
Coach Whitson down there in the third base coaching box didn't want any part of that.
A little delay. Having to go chase that ball down, way down that left field line.
Palestine Wheatley, of course, was the host of the 2A state tournament last week.
Heard a lot of great things about the way that tournament went.
Yeah, they do a great job over there hosting tournaments. They've hosted postseason tournaments the last 3 years.
Medford up there aggressive, isn't he? He's swinging.
Absolutely, that's what you want. 5-hole hitter, got a little power, got a little pop. You want to be aggressive in the zone.
Singled and scored in the second, grounded out to short and flew out to right. Down in an 0-2 count. Holderfield looking to put him away. Buries one in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, and Nolton will take off for second.
Yeah, that one just a little too far outside. Parker Arnold could not get the chest squared up to knock it down and kicked away from him. Now Medford has a chance to make it 7-0 with the base hit. See what his two-strike approach is here.
Outfield challenges him, pops that one up. That's going to be back on the roof. And bounce back into play of field. Holderfield really having to battle here, trying to put guys away. Just can't come up with that pitch.
Palestine Wheatley, just like 1 through 9, they've been pesky in the box today. They haven't struck out too much. I think 4 strikeouts on the day, all swinging.
A little low and outside. Good eye from Medford.
But they have battled, you know, really good quality at bats by the entire lineup today for the Patriots.
Holderfield with the 2-2 pitch. Off the end of the bat.
Keep battling. Patriots lead 6-0 right here.
Medford can make it 7-0 with a base hit to the outfield.
Only 1 out.
Good battle to watch. Medford just gets a little piece of it, flares it out, and can't make the catch. I'm not sure what Nolton, he just wasn't sure what to do out there on second base, and when the ball bounced off Poss's glove, Nolton was standing on second base still, but it just kicked back towards second, so there was nowhere for him to go. That was just a tough read for the runner, and tough read out in right field too. Just a little flare.
Did a really good job right there. You know, nobody was pushing him right there. Didn't have to run into an out at third base.
Slade Parker.
Palestine Wheatley coming alive here late in the game. That one's going to be fouled off. We got a play, third baseman over there. He made the catch. Good play. Nobody's covering third. He's going to run and try to beat him there, and he does. So an outstanding play by Burris over there for Woodlawn. Runs back, makes a nice catch, and realizes nobody's over on third, so beats the runner to third base for an inning-ending double play. Exactly what Woodlawn needed to prevent any more runs for scoring. Good look at the replay. Good heads-up play by Burris. And that'll be a 2 more run score, though, for Palestine Wheatley. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas TV Sports.
Centennial Bank supports communities across Arkansas and is a proud supporter of the Arkansas Activities Association and Arkansas TV Sports, providing financial services since 1999. Member FDIC. More at my100bank.com.
Here we go, bottom of the 7th. Palestine Wheatley, 6-0 over Woodlawn. Trying to make school history. Would be their first ever state championship. They're 3 outs away.
Nothing like a dog pile at the end of a state championship game, Wes, and the Patriots know they're 3 outs away. They got a 6-run lead.
Top of the lineup up for Woodlawn. There's no quitting these Bears, though. You know, they have a lot of experience. They got here for a reason. As long as there's an out, they're going to keep battling. Yeah. Arnold, Holderfield, and Saylor up.
They've been road warriors this year. Coach Richardson told me before the game they had 4 games rained out the first week of the season. They only played 6 or 7 home games this season. They had 7 rained out.
Start off with 3 straight balls. That one catches the outside corner. Parker gets his first strike at the 7th inning. Parker looking to finish things off. Parker's second pitch is a nice fastball. Had some run on it.
He could do that again. That's exactly where you want that pitch. That's a tough pitch to get to. As they call it, a pitcher's pitch, Wes.
Painted that outside corner with a little movement. Parker gets him, comes, challenges him, throws it up high, can't catch up with it. Parker gets his first strikeout. No, second strikeout. He struck out French to end the inning, so he's gotten 2 outs with 2 strikeouts. Hollis Holderfield up now. He's been on base a couple of times. Once thanks to an error to the third baseman, but had a single in his last at bat. Junior wants to get on base. That one's high.
Yeah, the biggest thing right now for Parker, he's got to settle the nerves, calm down. He's got 6-run lead, just throw strikes. Load up with the fastball and go after him.
Exactly what you were talking about. Took a little something off of that one, maybe.
Yeah.
A little low on that one. Woodlawn fans looking for base runners. Need a big rally. That one's outside.
Yep. Patriots 2 outs away from crowning the first of our 6 baseball state champions this weekend here in Hot Springs.
2 today, 2 tomorrow, 2 Saturday. Took a step to first, but he was called on back. So, yeah, that's a strike. Full count.
Second straight batter with a full count this inning.
Challenged the last batter with the fastball. That time it came off speed. Got a little pop up to right field. There's plenty of time, and Medford makes the catch. Now you're hearing these Palestine Wheatley fans get a little louder.
That's right. They're on their feet right here. Just a reminder, the Class 2A State Championship softball game will be at 1 p.m. The Woodlawn Lady Bears take on the Tuckerman Lady Bulldogs.
Ethan Saylor up now for Woodlawn. First pitch right across as more fans start standing up here in front of us. Saylor struck out. He walked in the 3rd. He was hit by a pitch in the 5th, and he lines one right up the middle. Saylor says, I'm not making the last out of the season.
Yeah, not so fast right there. That'll bring up Logan Clark. Moved to shortstop, the starting pitcher. Yeah, he pitched well, Wes. Gave up a couple of runs, just wasn't able to get any offensive support today. We'll see if he can keep it going with 2 outs.
Clark struck out a couple of times in this game. Looking for his first hit, looking to get on base for the first time. Parker comes after him, fouls it off.
Yeah, I would almost have a reverse infield shift going on right here. Clark has a really inside-out swing right here. You get anything on the inside, it's going to jam him. It's going to go to the right side.
Still waiting to get that ball out of play. That's our delay. Saylor on first. Clark fooled by that one. You can see a little bit of
wasn't expecting the breaking
hesitation.
ball. Yeah.
Parker up in the count, 0-2.
Got all the phones coming out, seeing if they can get the last out of this state championship for the Patriots.
Parker's pitch, fouls it off. Let's go Patriots chant breaking out in the crowd. Parker to Parker. Special moment for that family. Parker gets him. And there it is, Palestine Wheatley. You can celebrate your first ever baseball state championship. The Patriots pile in the middle of the field.
What a moment for the Patriots. Their first state championship in school history. Coach Kevin Whitson, what a great job. The Patriots come into this game. They were the 4 seed out of their Region West. They made it all the way through. Only 1 run allowed, their 3rd straight shutout in the state tournament.
What a great pitching performance throughout the tournament for Palestine Wheatley. We'll come back with the state championship trophy presentation. You are watching the Centennial Bank State Baseball and Softball Championships on Arkansas TV Sports.
Hello, I'm Carlton Wing, Executive Director and CEO of Arkansas TV. For nearly 60 years, Arkansas's only statewide public television network has informed and inspired viewers like you through stories that educate and strengthen our communities. That legacy continues, and today our focus is clear. More local stories, more local impact, more Arkansas than ever. At Arkansas TV, we are deepening our commitment to local programming, sharing a brighter light on the people, places, culture, and history that make this state extraordinary. From food to the outdoors, from public affairs to Arkansas history, we're telling the stories you won't see anywhere else. We'll continue bringing you trusted national and international programs as well, but our vision is rooted right here at home in meaningful partnerships and storytelling that reflects the heart of Arkansas. We do everything we do for you, but we can't do it without you. If you already support Arkansas TV, thank you. If you have the ability, I hope you'll consider making a gift today. Your contribution is an investment in education, in local storytelling, and in the strength of communities across our state. Thank you to viewers like you.
Want to see more Arkansas stories? Subscribe to Arkansas TV on YouTube for original productions, extras from your favorite local programs, and our exclusive coverage of high school sports. All available on demand. Scan the QR code to subscribe now.
Everett Buick GMC provides vehicles to Arkansans and supports local organizations. Community involvement has been part of our story for generations. Proud to support the Arkansas Activities Association and Arkansas TV Sports. More at everettbgmc.com.
Centennial Bank supports communities across Arkansas and is a proud supporter of the Arkansas Activities Association and Arkansas TV Sports. Providing financial services since 1999. Member FDIC. More at my100bank.com.
For over 70 years, Farm Bureau Insurance has offered coverage for automobiles, homes, farms, and lives across Arkansas. Proud to support the Arkansas Activities Association. More at afbic.com.
Looking at the Palestine Wheatley team celebrating their first ever state championship, holding that trophy up high and holding it securely now, taking some pictures with the banner right now out in the infield. What a moment for these guys. And Cabo, what a moment for this pitching staff to go throughout the entire tournament, just throwing up shutout after shutout.
Yeah, they went 3 straight shutouts, and you see right there Andrew Nolton getting the MVP of the state tournament. Wes, we got the highlights right here. This is how it started.
Well, and you mentioned it, Andrew Nolton, and the job he did. He got into trouble a couple of times, but every time he was able to work out of those jams, some big strikeouts, and it was the bats that came alive in the second inning. 2 runs in the second inning for Palestine Wheatley. They had 2 in the 5th, or the 6th, 2 more in the 7th, so 2-2-2. That's your 6 runs right there. No huge innings, but they were able to scrap across and get some clutch hits. They got the clutch hits that Woodlawn never could get because mainly Nolton.
Yeah, Brody Parker had that, who had the save at the end of the game. He had that triple back in the 6th inning, and it was a great shutout right there for the Patriots, their 3rd straight of the state tournament. Congratulations to Coach Kevin Whitson, the Palestine Wheatley Patriots, their 1st state championship in school history.
That is something that will live in history from now on.
Yep. Celebrate Palestine Wheatley's victory. Official championship gear is now available. Visit www.arkansashighschoolsports.com to find apparel and memorabilia.
Well, that's just one. We've got a lot more to go. In fact, we're going to be talking a little softball here not too long from now. We got Tuckerman, and I guess these Woodlawn fans will just move over to the softball field and support the girls as they try to win a state championship today. But a big day for Woodlawn. That's coming up next. Tuckerman, Woodlawn. Don't go anywhere. That game's at 1 o'clock today. Thank you for watching this one. Cabo and I will be back, I guess, Saturday morning for our next game to get together. But it's going to be a great weekend right here on Arkansas TV Sports. Thank you for watching once again. This has been the 2A State Championship game brought to you by Centennial Bank and Arkansas TV Sports.